Bring them on the track for the first race. Bring them out for race 1. Again, keep them moving out for the first race. Let's keep them moving out for race 1. 2-year-old colt trotters, a field of 6. Keep them coming for the first. Drivers, we just need 2 of you still to come out, so let's keep them on the backside so we can post parade in order. Again, still 2 to come out. Let's keep them on the backside so we can post parade in order.
Good evening, racing fans, and welcome to the first day of harness racing here at the Seneca County Fair in Tiffin, Ohio. Doug Ballinger, Matt Clark, myself, Susan Schroeder, going to bring you all the action. 12 big races tonight, Doug.
Gorgeous evening, Susan. It should
is.
be a good night. Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Open things up with a 2-year-old colt trot. Got 3 divisions of that, 6 of them to kick things off. Ayers Ratcliffe will be our announcer. I believe his brother Ryan is the judge, presiding judge. And as usual, the starting gate, Mike and Becky Wepkenberg. Got to get that in. Mike and Becky sponsors the passports, so it's a big thank you to Mike and Becky for the passports this year.
Dan Corfman, who's going to do the first call to post. He's a horseman as well as the retired band director. You got the thing all set up.
We wrote it down, yep. Good job. Perfect.
You're giving me one off.
So it's getting to be, things are going to heat up here. I'm here today, tomorrow. You're here naturally tonight, and then tomorrow you're going to do a doubleheader at Mount Vernon.
Yeah, it gets pretty busy in the beginning of next week. We got Marysville,
Marysville,
and Sydney.
Ashley Dingley's going to be in Marysville with a 5 o'clock start tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's a change. They've always raced at 11.
Barry Vickroy is going to be calling the races, I heard there, on Monday, and then Tuesday at 11 a.m. Roger Houston's going to call the races at Marysville.
We got the call to the race by Dane Korfman.
For our first race tonight. Purse of $4,870. 2-year-old Colt Trotter, sponsored by Kalmbach Feeds. This race, daily double, exacta, quinella, trifecta, win, play, show. In the first race, no change. Here is the field. 1 is Dynamic Count with Sam Widger. 2, Dobby Do L. Hank Levan is driving. The 3, Farrell, Clifton Bell. 4 is Emmy Eclipse, Ryan Stahl. 5 is Kryzazewski and Rod Allums Jr. 6, Dublin's Elliott, John Payne in the sulky. That's the field for the first.
Okay, we'll take a little closer look at the horses in this race. As Air said, this is the 2-year-old Colt Trot going for a purse of $4,870. Dynamic Count, make the driver Sam Widger for trainer Rosie Weaver. Rosie, Heartland Eggers, Cabby D, and Johnny Stent all own this full count colt. It's out of a balanced image mare, Eden's Mardi Gras, sold at the Ohio Selected Sale for $32,000. Does have 1 third-place finish. That was at Scioto, and this colt trotted in 58-2 there. Won a qualifier at Delaware in 2-2-3.
Susan the 2 is Bobby Do L. Hank Levan trains and drives for the Levan Stables. Dharma Fall Racing, Megan Levan of Woodstock. 2-year-old Bago, the son of In Range, out of the credit winner mare, Oh So Nice. 6 career starts, has 2 wins and 1 second, $7,256. Did trot in 2 minutes and 2/5, winning the qualifier at Scioto Downs on June 15th. The 2, Dobby Do L.
Clifton Bell drives Farrell from the 3-hole for trainer Robert Brooks and owner Thomas Little. This is a Centurion ATM out of a Chip Chip Hooray mare, Nessa Rose. 2 starts on the year, started at Paulding, finished 4th there, and 3rd at Bell Fountain.
Number 4, Me Eclipse, Ryan Stahl trains and drives. Also owns with Watson Harness, Kay Stuckey, and S. Robbins of Republic, Ohio. The 2-year-old bay gelded son of Uncle Peter was a $5,000 Ohio Select purchase out of the Yankee Glide mare. Bridget By has 1 career start, made a couple breaks at Oak Harbor, finished 4th, trotted in 2:10. The 4, Me Eclipse.
I should have listened a little carefuler when that
Krzyzewski.
Krzyzewski.
Mike Krzyzewski, Coach Krzyzewski.
The basketball coach, yes.
Krzyzewski. Well, I'm
Coach
I
K.
didn't know. Coach K, that's what we'll call him. Rod Allums drives. Jamie Weller trains. J&R Racing, Mark Kiesler, and Running Wild Stables, the owners. This is a Coach K Hanover out of a Swan for All mare, Creendom. Was purchased at the Ohio Selected Sale for $11,000. 3 starts this year. Had 1 third-place finish at Marion in 2:12, but right after that went to Scioto Downs and trotted in 58-2.
Number 6, Dublin's Elliott. John Payne trains and drives and owns the 2-year-old bay gelding by Volstead of the Majestic Sun mare, Keystone Isabella. 4 starts, has 1 second, 2/3, 2,791 in the bank. Last time out at Oak Harbor, finished 3rd, trotting in 2:09-4. Susan, the 3, Farrell, Clifton Bell. Clifton Bell last Monday night at Oak Harbor won the first 5 races.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
The first 5. He had a fan base going
I'll bet
after
he
that
did.
3rd race. 4th and 5th, they were on their feet wanting him to win.
Oh, that's
Yes.
great.
And I think he might have got another one later on in the card. I think he had 6 on the night.
Wow.
But he won the first 5.
I still remember him winning someplace. It was quite a few years ago, so I don't know if he was just. Now he's 34. He would have been driving somebody. but he did a backflip in the winner's
Yes,
circle. Do
yeah.
you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Handed the lines off to somebody else and just
It
flipped
might
right
have
around.
been at I know he's did backflips at Croton. one
Croton,
year.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
That, I probably was there.
Yeah. Kind of makes it a little fun. So we got the 6 going to the gate. It's I saw Bill Peters walk over here, and I thought, is Bill announcing tonight? But it is Ayers, but Bill Peters is the clerk
Bill,
tonight,
yes,
so he's
the
doing all
clerk, and
that.
He's handles most of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference
Yes.
races in this area, correct?
Absolutely, he does. A lot
Well,
of work.
Yep, let's send it over to Ayers Ratcliffe. We got a field of 6. Looks as though we're going to be 6 wide.
For the first race. This one sponsored by Kalmbach Feeds, and here they come. Dynamic Count is acting up before the start. They're off and trotting, and it's Dobby Duell who pushes the gate away and leads the way by an early 2. Farrell is there in second. Emmy Eclipse along the inside third. Dublin's Elliott is in fourth. Losing stride, Farrell. Over there to be next is Krzyzewski. And trailing the field off stride again, Dynamic Count. So 2 of them we lost in the first turn as they move on to the opening fraction here in Dobby Duell. Off of a 17-length win at Bucyrus, leads them out here by 3. Emmy Eclipse is their second, 32-2 the opening quarter. Dublin's Elliott is there in third. It's Krzyzewski in fourth. Over there to be fifth is Farrell, and that distant trailer is Dynamic Count. They will straighten away and move down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, and out there with the lead, it is Dobby Duell. Krzyzewski, Loft Stride in fourth. Emmy Eclipse is there in second. Over there third is Dublin's Elliott, trying to catch the others, Farrell, then Dynamic Count, and Krzyzewski, 104-2 for the halftime. Moving around the turn, Dobby Duell trying to make every pole a winning one. In their second, M.E. Eclipse. It's a Dublin's Elliott third, losing stride again, Dynamic Count. They're into the backstretch. They're on their way to 3/4, and it's Dobby Duell leading them by 3. In there to be second, M.E. Eclipse. Dublin's Elliott still in third. Farrell is there fourth. Coach K is next with Dynamic Count, 3/4, 135-2. In and around that final turn, and Dobby Duell, never an anxious moment thus far. He leads the way by 4. In their second is Emmy Eclipse. Dublin's Elliott is third. They're at the top of the stretch and a drive for the wire. With the lead, it is Dobby Duell. Dobby Duell is in charge here. Dobby Duell will win. Emmy Eclipse finishing second, and Dublin's Elliott is third. Time of the mile, 2:05.
.205, Dobby Duell, Hank Levan. 2 in a row, Susan, third on the season in 7 starts. Lifetime mark of 2:05.
Yeah, he kind of crushed them over at Bucyrus, winning by 17 lengths, but it was a pretty good margin here, too. So, what a nice horse. Dobby Duell.
2-year-old Bay Gold, the son of In Range, out of the Credit Winter Mare. Oh, so nice. A $15,000 Ohio Select purchase is owned by Dharma Fall Racing. Megan Levan. Hank Levan, one of our leading drivers. He, along with Jeff Neisonger, are the top 2. I don't have the total count right now.
Yeah, I don't either.
Hope we get that this week so I can add to it. And also Hank and Jeff, coincidence, they both got good stables, so they're probably going to be 1-2 all year in the driver standings because they're down as trainers on most of these horses where the wins are at.
Yeah, that's kind of nice to get the points as trainers and drivers, and then of course they're always picking up catch drives too. Amazes me with Hank, especially Hank, as many as he has to race, and then if you ask him to drive, yeah, I'll drive for you. So
they are workers.
They are.
They are workers.
They've got this really nice winner's circle over there with the flag in it, and that's a memorial to the Seneca County Horsemen. I always think that's very nice memorial that they put up. Track records are on the judges stand, but you know, there's so many of them that it's kind of hard to read from over here. Not sure about that. Joe and Fran Darmafal are over in the winner's circle.
440, 260, 260. For the winner, we got a consolation on the try-2 and any 2 numbers, 220. Quinella 2-4 combination, $12.40.
There's a big crowd here tonight for the fair not even going on.
You're right.
There is. Since you said it, Matt, I looked over my left shoulder.
Yeah.
A very, very nice crowd.
After winning the first race, it's the 2 Dobby Duell, a 2-year-old bay-goated son of in range. Out of Oh So Nice by credit winner, owned by Levan Stables, Darmafal Racing, Megan Levan. Third win in 7 tries for Dobby Duell. That's 2 in a row for Dobby Duell. This one's sponsored by Kalmbach Feeds. Dynamic Count was 5th. Dobby Duell the winner. Farrell 6th. M.E. Eclipse 2nd. Krzyzewski was 4th. Dublin's Elliott 3rd. 516, 243 on the bottom. 32 and 2. 104 and 2. 135 and 2. The mile time 205.
So last quarter in 29 and 3, he just kept gaining ground with every stride. Nice looking horse, isn't he?
Yes.
He's just really
Good looking horse.
Yeah.
Carries himself well.
yes.
Greg Bateson on the 6. Again, Widger on 4, Bateson on 6. Bring him on the track for race number 2.
So those are your changes for race number 2. The 3-year-old colt pace, a division of that. And the crowd is going to get to enjoy Matt
Richards?
Matt
Richard-
Richardson.
Matt
He was
Richardson.
going to say Matt Clark.
I was going to say
They'd
Matt
really
Clark.
enjoy Matt Clark.
Oh, yeah.
They would. And you're going to enjoy these messages.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Okay, we are back here at the Seneca County Fair. A couple of you said that we have the wrong program up, so we're trying to see if we can take care of that. We got lots of people checking in. Got, let's see, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Woodsfield, the Garage Bar in Toledo, where free drinks are free tomorrow.
They listen about it. They're listening. You know who that is at the garage
Yeah,
bar?
Tim Conk, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Always tells us that free drinks are tomorrow, so every day they're still tomorrow. Belarus, New York, AST Racing. Marysville, Amelia Island. Mark Moger's in Amelia Island.
That's in Florida.
Dave Myrick, of course, from Florida. So thanks everybody for watching. It's a really nice night here at the Tiffin Fair.
Yep.
We
It'd
believe
be
that it's
much
not.
nicer probably in about 45 minutes. Getting
Yeah.
a little bit of sun now. It's going to
Yeah.
cool off again.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is going
It's going to cool off again a little bit.
Matt mentioned before, we have a really big crowd for basically the fair. This must be a move-in day.
I assume there was no
yeah.
admission charged. I went to get my
Right.
passes out. No admission.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to drive this way, Susan?
Just about 2 hours.
I figured
Yeah.
2 hours. Get on 23 probably somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 23. Zoom all the way.
We were mentioned Bill Peters here tonight with the he's clerking and with the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. So there's roughly 22 conference fairs somewhere
Yes.
in that. So Bill handles some, and who handles the others? then?
Deb Rush has some. She takes care of, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. Todd Brown still does Paynesville. That's the only one that he does. Bill does the bulk of them.
Okay.
So he's, and of course, we know he's announcing at different places, and he ventures into Indiana to do some fairs over there. So actually, this, I'm going to say with quotes, just clerking, is a light night for him because
Yeah,
a
oh,
lot of times he is clerking and announcing. So it's like Pam Weller's over there doing the charting.
Yes.
And I'm going to watch and see where she goes because she walks
stands there in the middle on some of
in the middle.
the demo things, I assume, at the,
Okay.
the cement blocks over there. That's
Ah.
where I saw her standing the last time, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to see from where she is right there. And it's not a really big judges stand, so there's 5 people up there. There's
Original
not
judges
much room.
stand. I probably worked here in 1980, fill in one year for somebody. It's 104 miles for me. I was working then. And they might have raced, back then 4 nights in a row, and I can remember driving up here and getting to work. But that was the same judges stand.
Really?
The same
I'll
judges
be
stand. I'm
darned.
sure it was in the 1980s.
Oh my gosh.
And I've been coming here. I think this is my 3rd year now with the OHHA for broadcast. It's just kind of handy for me that somewhat north part of the state, but it's still good. It was 104 mile, but I think you could drive it an hour and 35 minutes. It's all freeway, expressway,
Yeah.
which is not bad. You get over 2 hours, and it gets to be a haul.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. I mean, I'm lucky because centrally located in the state. I mean, there's nothing really like Paynesville. I go to Paynesville, and that's a ways. That's a ways back.
Now, Mount Vernon won't be a terribly bad drive for you.
No,
You probably
not
drive
at all.
that in an hour, maybe.
Hour and a half, hour 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they start at noon tomorrow, noon and 5, something like that,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah. 1 and 6, I think it is. So that's.
And Samantha Mayu will be
Yep.
with
She's
you.
going to come up. She's going to
She'll
come
be
up
there
and
for-
do that.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She will do a very nice job.
Samantha is, she was our intern last year. This year, I don't think she's an intern anymore. She's a part-time employee
Okay.
this year. But she is going to be graduating from Ohio State in May, I believe it is.
Yeah, I know.
She's,
She was jumped on set last year at Delaware, and it's the first I'd really talked to her much. And we were talking between races, and she was telling me how she drives a horse trailer by herself and hauls a
Yeah.
horse to Northfield. I
Yep.
thought she's lying to me. She
No.
said, "You don't believe me?" And I said, "No." I know I couldn't do it.
Oh, looks like we're not. Yeah, she is really. She has taken taken hold of the youth program.
Yes.
I mean, we've got 125 kids, I think it is, in the Backstretch Buddies, and that's all due to her getting information out to people and signing the kids up. I mean, that to me is pretty incredible to have that many. And on next Saturday at Scioto Downs, we're having a youth night and family night, so there'll be all sorts of activities for kids there. And if you have your Backstretch Buddies membership card, you get a free T-shirt. So it's kind of a good night to come. Decorating horseshoes, petting zoo, bounce houses, corgi races. They're even going to have a Name the Foal contest. So I think that's pretty cool. Midland Acres is going to have that contest and name a foal. Speaking of Midland Acres, they're a big sponsor of the Fayette County Fair, which was yesterday, and they have that
Fayette County Classic.
The Classic.
Yeah.
They must have brought everybody that worked for
Yes,
Midland
they
Acres.
did. Yes,
Gosh, there was
I
a
noticed
lot
that,
of,
and they all had Midland Acres T-shirts
yes,
on.
Yeah. Except the little girls. The two little girls, they had Midland Acre Pooper Scooper T-shirts on.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice that they brought everybody. I mean, it looked like the whole farm was there. Looks like we're almost ready for the post parade. We got them all out onto the track here. We're going to have another live call to the post.
And that's the call to post for race number 2, sponsored by Ex-Corrette Mexican Restaurant. 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Purse $4,872 won the Ebony Dragon Pierce Henry. 2, Captain Said, Hank Levan. 3, Nighthawk Racer, Clifton Bell. 4, Racing Perfection, driver change, Sam Widger. 5, Deputy Jack, Mark St. Louis Jr. And the 6, Smith & Western, driver change, Greg Bateson in the sulky. That's the field for race number 2. Sam Widger on 4, Greg Bateson on 6. Again.
So take a look at the horses in this race. The 1, the Ebony Dragon, Pierce Henry drives for Ty Bates, Suzanne Bates, and Cedar Point Beach Racing, the owners. The Saphir the Dragon out of an Always a Virgin mare, Glorious Virgin, just coming off a BSS, a Buckeye Stallion Series win at Northfield Park in 152-1. So really nice last race. Has had 13 starts this year with 3 wins. Already has earned in his lifetime $107,000.
Hank Levan, the 2, Captain Said. This is a catch drive for Hank. That Doty trains, Deer Lake Stable. Michigan owns 3 Obego, the son of Well Said, out of the Captain Treacherous mare, Enchanted Path. 17 career starts, has 2 wins. 4 seconds, 4 thirds, yet to find a winner's circle this year, has $17,393 in the bank. Took a mark last year as a 2-year-old of 203 at Attica. 2 back, though, paced in 159, finishing second at Bell Fountain.
Nighthawk Racer and Clifton Bell from the 3-hole for trainer Robert Brooks and owner and breeder Ivy Holdings. This is a Racing Hill out of a 4-star Shark mare, Dancing with the Stars. Just coming off a win at Oak Harbor in 57-2. Had another win earlier this year at Scioto Downs in the non-winners of 1 in 54-2.
Number 4, Racing Perfection, Sam Widger drives for Jane Weller. 3-year-old Bay Gullimba Racing Hill out of the Western Ideal mare, Perfectionist. Charles Moody, Avon Lake, Ohio owns 13 career starts for Racing Perfection, 2 wins, 5 seconds, 1 third. One of those wins coming this year, $20,000. A mark as a 2-year-old of 154-2 at Delaware. Last time out, paced in 55-4, finishing second at Northfield Park.
Deputy Jack and Mark St. Louis Jr. from the 5 for trainer Ben Thatcher. Roger Wilkin and Ben Thatcher, owners of this Fear the Dragon colt. Out of a roll with Joe Mayer, Leave Him with Stitches. Coming off of a second place finish at Oak Harbor, where he paced in 57-3, and start before that at Bell Fountain 1 in 59-2.
Smith & Western is the 6th 3-year-old of a colt of Western fame out of the Sunshine Beach mare. Sunshine Leela, Greg Bateson drives for Chad Williamson and Red Rock Racing of Convoy, Ohio. 19 starts in the career, 4 wins, 5 seconds, 6 thirds. One of those wins this year, $30,891. Mark is a 2-year-old of 158-3 at Wassee on.
I think with
a field of 6.
With a field like this, we better check that track record for 3-year-old Colt
yes,
Pacers.
This is a nice field. 1-5 on the one. The Ebony Dragon. Let's send it over to Ayers Ratcliffe to give us the call. And the recall lights are blinking. The field is turned around.
The 3-year-old colt pacing record is Why Tomorrow, Ray. Mark St. Louis drove in 2023, 155 and 4.
Let's hear it from Matt Richardson, providing our musical entertainment tonight.
So it'll be take 2 for the second race, a recall. Field
see.
of 6 on gate.
Can you tell which horse that is, Matt, back there getting some equipment?
Looks like Robbie Brooks, and then there's actually 2 of them.
Oh,
3 and the 5, maybe.
yeah, I think it was Clifton. So getting a little equipment adjustment while they're back there. As I said, the track record for 3-year-old colt pacers is 55 and 4. The overall pacing track record, Tourig Seelster, 155 and 1, so not too far off. The 3-year-old colt pacers, they're usually one of the fastest races of the days. We're going to go behind the Mike Webkenberg starting gate again, and we got to thank Mike for sponsoring our passports this year.
Mike Wemkenberg, a brand new gate, just got about 1,075 mile on that gate.
Oh, gosh.
Brand new. Ford.
At Mexican restaurant, purse $4,872. Top of the stretch for the second race. Here they come. They're off and pacing. The Ebony Dragon along the inside looks hard for the lead. On the outside, but off stride, Racing Perfection. Racing Perfection has been on a break here as they move into the backstretch. Captain Said is there in second over their third. Nighthawk Racer. In their fourth is Smith and Western. Then you'll find Deputy Jack. Back down pacing is Racing Perfection. So they move to the opening fraction here, and with the lead, it's the Ebony Dragon, 28 and 2/5. In their second, Captain Said. Nighthawk Racer is third. Smith and Western looks them over fourth. In their fifth is Deputy Jack, and catching the pack is Racing Perfection. Moving off the turn in front of the stands for the first time, the Ebony Dragon, off of a Buckeye Stallion Series win at Northfield in 52, leads them here. In their second is Captain Said to the outside now, Smith and Western, 57 and 3. On into the turn they go, and the Dragon, he's breathing fire on the lead. It's the Ebony Dragon by a length and a half. Captain Said is there in second. Smith and Western is outside third. It's a Nighthawk Racer, a hemmed in fourth. Out there next is Deputy Jack as they continue on to three quarters, and the Ebony Dragon, he now kicks away by 2.5. Trying to catch back in second is Captain Said, 127 and 1. In and around the final turn, the Ebony Dragon with the lead. Inside second, Captain Said. Outside Smith and Western with Deputy Jack. They're at the top of the stretch. They're on their way home. The Ebony Dragon with the lead. The race may just be for place because the Ebony Dragon was too much for him here. The Ebony Dragon from start to finish. Smith and Western is their second. Deputy Jack was third. Time of the mile, 1:55 3/5.
Oof. Wow, that was a mile. 28 and 2, 57 and 3, 127 and 1.
Wow.
155 and 3.
And I do believe that
Back
is,
half in 58 seconds.
that should be a new track record for 3-year-old
For
colt.
3-year-olds.
pacers.
What's the overall track record? Probably
55 and 1.
55 and 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the 3-year-old track record 55 and 4.
3-year-old brown colt with Fear the Dragon out of the Always Virgin mare, Glorious Virgin, Susan Bates, Gibsonburg, and Cedar Point Beach Racing of Fremont, Ohio own. 16th career win, 2 in a row for the Ebony Dragon, a $12,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Earnings now about $110,000 in the 2 years of racing for the Ebony Dragon.
Pretty nice return on that $12,000 yearling purchase.
And sometimes you pay $50,000 and it's not a very nice
That's
return.
right.
You just don't know.
You don't know. But coming off of that 52 in 1 mile, you kind of figured from the rail he'd go right to the top, and he absolutely did. And that horse has won Buckeye Stallion Series in 51 and 4.
They had it on a half-mile track.
Ooh.
That's
Now,
Northfield.
ladies and gentlemen, coming back here in front of the stands is the fastest 3-year-old colt pacer to ever race here at the Seneca County Fair. He just broke the track record for 3-year-old colt pacers, 155 and 3. The old track record was 155 and 4, set in 2023 by Y. Tomorrow Ray. The Ebony Dragon, a 3-year-old brown colt by Fear the Dragon, at a Glorious Virgin by Always a Virgin, owned by Suzanne Bates and Cedar Point Beach Racing. Tyler Bates trains Pierce Henry, the winning driver. Again, new track record for 3-year-old colt pacers, 155 and 3. This one sponsored by Ex Correct Mexican Restaurant.
$240 for the winner.
6, Nighthawk Racer 5th, Racing Perfection 4th, Deputy Jack 3rd, Smith and Western 2nd, 165, 432, 28 and 2, 57 and 3, 127 and 1, 155 and 3, new track record, 3-year-old colt pacers. Your upcoming 3rd race, race number 3, bring on the track for the 3rd race. We have no change here in this 3rd race. We do have a missing line.
3rd race coming up. 3-year-old filly trotters. First of 2 divisions for $6,939. A field of 5. Capture the photo. Princess Caroline, Little Flecka, Always Princess, and Guadabelle. 5 of them for the upcoming 3rd. And we'll be back to take a look at these 5 trotters right after this.
Hickory Lane Farm is proud to have bred or produced 3 Dan Patch champions over the last 3 years. Located in Findlay, Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm bred and sold world champion It's Academic. We also co-bred and sold sophomore Breeders' Crown winner Yo Tilly. Our stallion, In Range, set new sales records at the 2025 Jug Sale and is the sire of Set Your Sights High, who was last season's Dan Patch 2-year-old trotting filly. Find your next champion at the Hickory Lane Farm. Consignment.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Use code FAIR26 and receive $10 off your next order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
You know, even though it kind of seems like summer just started, but we're talking about the sales coming up, the yearlings in the sales, you know, the end of the year kind of stuff. We're only 6 weeks till Super Night.
Oh, yes. 6 weeks to Super Night, and is the sale the week before that?
Yeah, I believe there's one. There's
Super
also
Night is roughly the 11th or
12th. Yeah, 11th and 12th, yep.
So the 11th would be a Friday then, so the 5th roughly would be the sale, Ohio Select Sale.
I believe so. I'll have to look that up for sure. I know
and
that.
And then in October, we have the Buckeye Classic Sale at Springfield that Steve Cross has. And the blooded horse sale.
Blooded horse sale.
There'll
yeah.
be some yearlings go through there. That might be in August, a couple days. Yep, the 2-year-olds, just getting their feet wet, and they're already studying. The books will be coming out shortly.
Yes.
The new sale catalogs. It just never ends. Same way at the OHHA office, I'm sure.
Yeah, sometimes you think you have a long time to do stuff, and then I think, I better order blankets for Super Night, and I better do this, better do that. So Kim is trying to change that program for you guys, so hopefully she will be able to get the new one up, so you will have tonight's program.
So in the winter months, talking about, the sales coming up and everything, there's stuff going on in the OHHA office year-round, correct? I mean, you're busy in January and February.
Yeah, 100%. We have our big banquet in January, so that's quite a, when you plan a party for 350 people, it takes a little bit, and that is Kim Poma. She does the bulk of that. And then very shortly, and then at that same kind of time, we have Breeders' Awards that have to be given out. So we have to do all that figuring and figure who gets what Breeders' Awards. This year we're also doing the Bob Awards, the Buckeye Owner Bonus. So it will, the people that own the horse, not just that bred the horse, but own the horse.
That's something that came out a year ago.
Yeah.
The
The yearlings from last year are the first ones that are going to get paid. So they will get paid at the end of the racing season in 26.
So somebody could be receiving a $5,000 check?
Yeah. Yep. Easily.
Or a $75 check.
Yeah,
it's going to vary. I mean,
it's going to vary, yeah. Depends on how much their horse made
Yep.
racing during the season. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out.
For instance, if I raise the Ebony Dragon, so Bob stands for what?
The Bob is the Buckeye Owner Bonus. So the Breeders' Awards are for the breeder, but the Buckeye Owner's Bonus is going to reward people that bought that horse and raced it all summer. So the breeders get it for breeding, taking care of that mare for
So if I own
years.
the Ebony Dragon, for instance, and he's made $100,000, I'm going to get money on top of
You're
that.
going to get money on top of that, absolutely. And
a percent of what he makes.
Right. And I don't know. I have no idea what the percents are going to be yet. I think they're going to be something like the Breeders' Awards, but we don't know quite yet. It's half of the amount. We have a $1.3 million that goes out in Breeders' Awards, and the Bob Awards are going to be about half of that. But it's a really nice program. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. There are some conditions. In order to be eligible for the Bob program, the mare had to be eligible for the Breeders' Awards, and the owners of the horses and the breeders of the horses have to be OHHA members. So, there are some
What's the date that they have to own it until?
November 1st.
Okay.
I mean, if you sell it on October 31st, the guy who owns it November 1st is going to get the money. So I said, people said, well, how will that work? I said, well, you can negotiate that into the price. This horse is worth another $10,000 because you're going to get this, or you sell it and I'll sell you this horse, but I get the Bob Awards. So there's lots of different ways that you can do that. Be interesting to see how it works this year.
Getting set for post parade. We got 3. We got 4. Need 1 more. 4 out. Need another. Feel like I'm calling the races when I say that. Just have it. 4 need 1. He's coming to the track, so they'll be getting them together in post parade here shortly.
So there's a guy driving in this race that has a series named after him at Scioto Downs. Can you guess who?
Number 5.
Yep.
Because he's a past president?
Past president,
Past
yes.
presidents get that.
And I see that
honor.
the number 4 horse was in the Konetsky. The last start on the 4 horse from 5:12, he raced in the Konetsky race. It's kind of funny because when Jason Roth, he's the director of racing at Saddle Downs, when he decided to do that, he called up the past presidents and said if that was okay. And John Konetsky says, yep, but it's got to be a trotting race. It cannot be a pacing race. So. I think we're going to have another live call to the post. The Horsemen family doing that for us, and I thought it was kind of he was the ex-band leader, and then the new band leader was also here playing, so that was kind of cool. It is 9:18.
9:18.
And that's the call to pose for the third race, 3-year-old filly trot, sponsored by Double C Stables. Purse $6,939, no change in here. Again, that missing line was a winning one from Bucyrus on Princess Carolyn. 1, Capture the Photo, Alex Hawk. 2, Princess Carolyn, Sam Widger aboard. The 3, Lila Flicka and Gregory Diamond. 4, Always Princess, Ryan Stahl. And the 5, What a Bell, John Konetsky III in the sulky. That's the field for the third race. No change in here. This one sponsored by Double C Stables.
Okay, let's take a look at the horses in this race. Capture the Photo, Alex Hawk drives for Philip Groves, who trains and owns. This is an Uncle Peter filly out of a Broadway Hall Broadway Photo, just coming off of a win at Washington Courthouse in 2:01 and 2. Had a win earlier this season at Miami Valley in 156-4.
Sam Widger drives number 2, Princess Caroline for Rosie Weaver. Heartland Acres and Rosie Weaver own. $40,000 Lexington Select purchase 2 years ago. 3-year-old Brown filly by Creatine out of the Credit Wintermare Social Success. 24 career starts, 9 wins, 3 of those wins this year. 3 seconds, 2/3, $72,658. Earlier this year, $155 at Sauda Downs.
Lil Flicka and Greg Diamond from the 3-hole. Greg also trains and owns. This is a Long Tom out of a Band's Gold Chip mare, My Brown Sugar. A $9,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale as a yearling. Has had 16 lifetime starts, 1 win as a 2-year-old in 2, 6, and 4 at Bowling Green.
Number 4, Always Princess, Ryan Stahl. Trains and drives and owns a partnership with Watson Harches, KJ Stuckey, and W.A. Hart. 3-year-old Bay Philippa in range out of the Pilgrim's Tie mare, Pilgrim's Princess. A winner 5 times in 18 career starts with 5 seconds, 2/3, $27,352 in the bank, 157-4. 4 starts back at Sauda Downs on the 4th of June. The 4, Always Princess.
What a Bell, John Konetsky III drives, trains, and owns. This is a What the Hill filly out of a Victory Sam mare, Bell's Victory Ring. 5 starts on the year, 1 win, 1 second, 1/3. That win was at Ottawa in 2, 4, and 1. Right after that, went up to Northfield Park, finished second in a dead heat, and trotted in 2 minutes flat.
And so there you have the field. 3-year-old filly trotters, first division, $6,939. Fielded trotters have completed their score. Starter Mike Wemkenberg awaits the fillies as they make their way to the gate.
John Konetsky had a past track record here. He does not own it now, but they were the 2-year-old colt pace, or I'm sorry, 2-year-old colt trot, Stony Ridge
I
Top.
figured it would be Stony Ridge Top.
Yep,
yes.
yep. In 2021, he set the record here as a 2-year-old in 2-4 flat. So
Matt, you suppose that you know John pretty well. Has he ever owned a pacer, do you suppose?
Not as long as I've known him, and
Right.
it's been quite a while. Been quite a while.
John is 77 years old.
Just getting ready to mention that.
60,
70s, yes.
Sits in the bike like a young man.
Yes,
too,
he does.
doesn't he?
I actually looked at the age when they were post-Brady, and I didn't realize he was 77, and I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Stony Ridgetop is not an easy horse to handle on the racetrack. I
Right.
mean, he is a puller. So
The horses are headed to the Webkenberg starting gate. And we're going to turn it over to Ayers Ratliff.
Sponsored by Double C Stables per $6,939. Top of the stretch for the third race, and here they come. They're off into trotting and going out there. Capture the photo, and Alex Hawk out there with the lead. They're in second, Princess Carolyn, as they move around the turn to the backstretch. Always Princess is there in third. What a Bell is in fourth. And the trailer, Lilla Flicka. They're a bit strung out as they move on up the backstretch, and Widger wants to go, but Alex Hawk, he says no and maintains the lead. Capture the photo is out there by a length and a half. Princess Carolyn is there in second, 28 3/5 for the Trotters. Around the turn they go and capture the photo. Alex Hawk, he's driving her like he stole her. In there to be second is a Princess Carolyn, always Princess in third. In there fourth is a What a Bell, and Lilla Flicka is fifth of the five as they come down here to the half. And it is capture the photo with the lead. Princess Carolyn is there second, always Princess trying to get closer third. The halfway home, 57 4. Around the turn they go. Capture the photo leads. In their second, Princess Carolyn, always Princess still trying to get closer. What a Bell is there. And the trailer, Lilla Flicka. Up the backstretch to three-quarters they go. Capture the photo with the lead. Princess Carolyn second. Always Princess third with What a Bell and Lil Flicka by three-quarters. And it's still capture the photo, 128 3. In there to be second is Princess Carolyn. Then it's always Princess and What a Bell moving to the top of the stretch. Capture the photo. She's tired, but she leads them by a length and a half. Princess Carolyn, she angles out for the stretch drive, and through the stretch they come. Capture the photo. Princess Carolyn is running out of time. Capture the photo. Holds on to win. Princess Carolyn finishing second, tight for third. 159 1/5.
Well, when they went to the half in 57 3, we started getting out the track records. But the 3-year-old filly trot track record is held here by Designer Specs, 57 3.
Capture the photo was looking for the line, desperately looking for the line, got there in time to hold off Princess Caroline. Capture the photo did all the work, 28 3, 57 4, 128 3, 159 1. That's two in a row. Winner by 9 3/4 at Washington Courthouse. Last Wednesday of 201 2. Her fourth win of the season. 14 tries.
Dropped his whip.
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought he was coming back, maybe a driver's objection or something, coming back to the judges' stand, but nope, just coming back for the whip.
Pick up his whip.
I think he might have got up for third.
Good.
I thought so too.
It was close.
I didn't think he did, but if he wouldn't have dropped his whip, that's a good excuse. I'd definitely been third.
Yeah.
I hope he might have. It was very. I put him on my program for fourth, but I'm at an angle, so it'll fool you. Capture the photo. A 3-year-old Bay Phillip, Uncle Peter out of the Broadway Hallmare Broadway Photo. A $17,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Philip Groves owns. I don't believe Philip had this in last year. I might be wrong. Last year had 8 starts and 3/3, but this year 13 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, and 2/3, 33,975 coming into tonight's race. That'll send her to about 37,000 this year for Capture the Photo.
And Baby Hawk in the winner's circle again.
Winning the third race, sponsored by Double C Stables 1, Capture the Photo. 3-year-old Bay Filly by Uncle Peter at a Broadway Photo by Broadway Hall. On by Philip Groves, who also trains Alex Hawk, the winning driver, 159-1. Another fast mile there. We saw a track record set earlier here on the card. We do like to thank the Seneca County Fair for the use of the water truck. Phil Gardner, full throttle Phil, helping with the watering today. If I heard correctly earlier, I heard 19,000 gallons of water was put out on the track today, then packed down, and it's lightning fast here tonight.
Looks like they had to print the photo. It was that close.
That would be for the 3rd and 4th position, I think we're talking.
Photo revealed the 5 beat the 4 out for show. 5 over the 4 for show.
Well, you got a better eye than I got,
1-2-5
Matt.
official here in the 3rd.
5 beat the 4, so I marked it down wrong. It will fool you. It all depends on where you're at. I'm probably 10 feet past the line, looking at it at an angle.
Yeah. Matt was 5 feet closer.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're still not on it, though.
No, this is
It's
kind
still quite
of
a
unique setup here. I really like it here, though. I've been looking forward to this one. I know it's a fast track, and they always, have a lot of action through the windows here. It's usually a lot of fun here.
Nice try for the bettors here. A $65 try for the 1-2-5 combination. The winner $720.
Capture the Photo was the winner. Princess Carolyn 2nd, Lila Flick a 5th. Always Princess 4th, What a Bell 3rd, 1-2-5-4-3, 28-3, 57-4, 128-3, 159-1. Sam Widger is on the 4. Sam Widger drives the 4 in the upcoming 4th race. Missing line on the 5, Leonia L. This horse raced at Bucyrus on the 23rd. Came home a winner by 6 3/4 lengths in 2:01. Again, the missing line on Leonia L was a winning one by 6 3/4 at Bucyrus in 2:01.
So 3 races in the books. So we got a great crowd here on, and they're really into it too. Like when they said that there was a new track record, the crowd just really cheered loudly for everyone. So it is a good harness racing crowd here, that's for sure. So we're going to take a short break and come back and look at the horses in race number 4.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead, sire of multi-million-dollar performers with his first big crop of talented 2-year-olds making their mark on the track. Also standing, Slay, son of Chapter 7, with his highly anticipated first crop of yearlings selling this fall. And Coach K Hanover by world record holder Wallner with his first crop of 2-year-olds hitting the track this summer. Looking for your next superstar? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients proudly offer high-quality yearlings with pedigree, conformation, and performance potential at public auctions this season. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
We are back Tiffin, Ohio, Seneca County Fair. Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Matt Clark on the camera, Doug Ballinger, Susan Schroeder. 2-year-old filly Pacers up next. Susan, it's been a good one so far. Ebony Dragon with a track record. 55-4, gate to wire, had some pretty nice fractions.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a what did Ayers say? They put 19,000 gallons worth of water on the track already today.
Water and horses and the tractor make the track.
Yeah.
And the track looks good.
Yes, absolutely does. I don't know how many people stable here, but I think there's a good amount that stay here year round.
You would be surprised. I'm going to throw the figure out there, 30. You're probably average at a lot of your fairgrounds is 30. But I'm just going to talk about Xenia, Urbana, Greenville, Washington Courthouse, Troy. I might be leaving one of them out, but there's 5 or 6 of them. There's probably 100 head at most of those fairgrounds I just mentioned. They're within the right vicinity of Scioto Downs, Northfield. Here you're closer to Northfield Park. It's Northfield Park, the only track now, that harness track where you stable at.
Yes. Yes.
It has all changed.
It has.
You know, the other day I added it up. We had 9 races at 10 races, I believe, at Oak Harbor, and I forget it. They had a double card that day at Hilliard. They had qualifiers at Scioto. They had 15 races at Northfield Park. We raced somewhere else. I can't remember. Oh, it was Lebanon. Had 24 races.
Okay.
And I just did a rough estimate. There was probably 500 horses, standardbreds, that put their nose on a starting gate that day.
That day. Wow.
That's counting the qualifiers at Scioto.
Right.
And which was actually a smaller card, and only 8 or 10 qualifiers. Usually they have more, but I just added it roughly 500 standardbreds behind the gate in one day.
That's amazing. I mean, we're definitely have more racing here than any place in the country.
And what would the total purse structure be? What would purse structure be for the fairs? You might have that somewhat in your head. Would it be
$7 million
for the fairs alone?
Yes.
Really?
6 or 7.
See, I was going to guess $2.5 million.
No,
no kidding.
Nope. I think
oh my.
I mean, Ohio Standardbreds will race for nearly $24 million in 2026.
No
so
kidding.
that would include the Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion, the Breeders' Championship, State Fair, and then all of the county fairs. Yeah, it's 6 or 7 million.
We got started, and then something happened. I believe we were talking. You know how sales are coming up. The 2-year-olds are all just getting started. They're already looking. But the Ohio Harness Horsemen, you guys in January, you're putting things together naturally for your banquet, but there's all kind of other things.
And actually the stuff, thinking about the fairs for next year, there will be 27, the fair committee actually is working on that stuff still in December of 2026. They will be making decisions on the amount of money that goes to the fairs, the capital funds grants, the feature race grants, all that kind of stuff. They have to know that ahead of time, because if you want to get that kind of information into the staking guide or into the house guide, you need to get that stuff out early.
Does all the money funnel through the Ohio Harness Horsemen, and you might send it, say, to Lisa Swartz, head of the Ohio Colt Racing Association?
We send it to each fair.
To each fair.
Each fair gets their money.
Okay, their money.
They get in the early spring, like in March, they will get their check from the Department of Agriculture, which isn't a big check. They might get $5,000, and then about 30 days before their fair, we send out the money for the fair. So we kind of stagger it.
And then there's another check comes from, like, I'm going to use the Ohio Colt Racing Association. Yes. Lisa would distribute that money, and that's kind of the nominating piece.
Yes. And that is a lot of times depending on your fair and how many horses nominated to that fair, between $15,000 and $30,000, the nominations.
Yes.
So there's a lot of money that comes out into that. I just paid the August fairs, got out all the checks for the August fairs, and it was $2.5 million.
Oh my.
That we sent to their bank accounts. So Yeah, it's a lot of money. And the bulk of that is for purses, for the stakes purses.
Yes.
But then the fairs also get some what we call fair support
Yes.
to help them pay some of the bills. So here's the post parade for the 4th.
Horses for race 4, 1 Remember Sherry, Mark St. Louis Jr. 2 Be Legendary, Clifton Bell. 3 Famous Rain, Pierce Henry. 4 Big Lucci, driver change Sam Widger. 5 Leonia L, Hank Levan in the sulky. This one sponsored by Tyler Dudgeon Farrier per $7,305. 2-year-old Philly Pacers.
Mark St. Louis Jr. drives the 1 Remember Sherry. Steve Nowak trains. Stephen Brochu is the owner. This is a Monty Mickey filly out of a Captain Treacherous mare. I'll bet you did hit Hanover. A $10,000 purchase at the Blooded Horse sales. Just had 3 starts this year and had a qualifier at Scioto where she paced in 59 and 1. Last start out was a nice 4th at Oak Harbor, just back by 8 lengths in 2, 3, and 4.
Clifton Bell will try number 2, Be Legendary for Bruce Corker. 2-year-old Brown Phillip, a bit of a legend out of the Rockin' Image mare. BB's Rockin', John Weisenberger of Oakwood, Ohio, and Brantley Turner of Paulding, Ohio owns. 4 starts in her young career, has 1/3, $1,530. That 3rd place finish last time out at Oak Harbor, paced in 3 and 2, beaten by 6 1/4 lengths.
Famous Rain and Pierce Henry from the 3-hole. Pierce trains for AST Racing Incorporated. They are also the breeder of this Western famed filly out of an American Ideal mare, Sue Rainbow A. 5 starts in her lifetime, has a couple of 3rd place finishes at Marion and Ottawa. She paced her mile in 2, 3, and 2.
Big Lucy's the 4. Sam Widger drives for Robert Brooks, Charlesville. This is a homebred 2-year-old bay filly by Big Bab Rape out of the Polo Player mare. Polo Ob, 4 starts, has 1 second, $2,298. 2nd place finish at Oak Harbor last Sunday in 2:02 and 3.
Hank Levan drives and trains the 5, Leona L. This is a Monty Mickey out of a Some Beach Somewhere mare, Beach Story, owned by Levan Stables, Darmafall Racing, A. Hefflinger, and M. Levan. 6 starts on the year, 3 wins. The most recent was just a few days ago at Bucyrus, won in 2-1. Came her last quarter in 28 and 3. Also won at Bellefontaine and Marion. Horses are headed to the gate. The wings are open, and Mike Webkenberg will take over from here.
Purse $7,305, sponsored by Tyler Dudgeon Farrier. Top of the stretch for the 4th race, and here they come. They're off and pacing, and Leonia L fires from the outside, crosses over with the lead. In their 2nd, Be Legendary as they move around the turn. Remember Sherry is in 3rd. Famous Rain is an early 4th, and Big Lucci is the trailer. They're into the back stretch and on their way to the opening quarter. So Hank Levan will now tap on the brakes with Leonia L. Be Legendary is there in 2nd. It's Remember Sherry 3rd. Famous Rain is in 4th, and Big Lucci is 5th of the 5. Opening quarter, very soft, 31 seconds. So Leonia L has the lead in their 2nd. Be Legendary. Remember Sherry in 3rd. Over their 4th is Famous Rain with Big Lucci. They straighten away. They move down here to the halfway mile mark of the race. And the leader is Leonia L. In their 2nd, Be Legendary. Remember Sherry is 3rd. It is Famous Rain and Big Lucci. They're still in single file. 101 and a half. Into the turn they go. Leonia L's out there on the point by almost 2. Be Legendary is their 2nd. It is Remember Sherry 3rd. Famous Rain looks them over 4th with Big Lucci. Into the backstretch on their way to 3/4. Leonia L. She now mashes on the gas and she opens up by 3. It's Remember Sherry up into 2nd. Be Legendary. She may be throwing up the white flag. Then we have Famous Rain and Big Lucci 31, 31 and 3. In and around the final turn, Leonia L has the lead now by almost 5. Over there in second is still Remember Sherry, trying to move up on the outside. Big Lucci at the top of the stretch and a drive for the wire, and it's Leonia L who's in hand and in command. Leonia L, too much filly here. Remember Sherry finishing second. Be Legendary holds third. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 2/5.
2 minutes and 2/5.
It's a big mile out here. New lifetime mark for Leonia L.
Unbelievable gate speed. I mean, she was crossed over in about 4
Yes.
strides.
Yeah.
From the 5-hole.
Back half in 59 and 2. Second and third quarter pace in a minute and 3/5. Fractions of 31, 101, 131 and 3. 2 minutes, 2/5. Leonia L. A lifetime mark. Was a winner. 2 back at Wellston and at Bell Fountain. 3 back, 207 and 3, 205 and 4. 52nd, Bucyrus, and pacing a mile and 5 and 3. She, the 2-year-old bay filly by Monte Mickey out of the Sun Beach Somewhere mare. Beach Story, Levan Stable, Dharma Fall Racing, A. Heflinger, and Megan Levan owned. This was a $10,000 yearling purchase, Ohio Select Sale purchase last fall.
She has paid for herself
Yes, she
officially.
has. Earnings now, that'll give her about $3,500 tonight, about $9,500 roughly in the bank for Leonia L. Hank Levan doubles up, gets his second driving win of the evening.
Like you said, Matt, she left out of that gate like crazy, and then Ayers said it. He kind of tapped the brakes a little bit because when they went down the quarter and 31, I was kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Well, Hank pretty much knew he has a 5-hole. He's not going to duck and be 5th.
Yeah.
If he wants any part of this race, he's got to be 1-2, and he got to, he got what he wanted. I'm sure he'd have settled for a 2-hole if somebody else stepped him out of there a little quicker. But a lot of tactical speed there for Leonia L. He could use her any way he wanted.
Yeah. And it was funny because I could see Hank's face, and he was just talking to her a little bit. Didn't really get after her too much to get so she can leave.
I'm sure Perry Levan watching at home tonight. Otherwise, he would be in the winner's circle.
Yeah.
After winning the 4th race, it's the 5, Leonia L, a 2-year-old bay filly by Monte Mickey. At a Beach Story by Some Beach Somewhere on my Levan Stables, Dharma Fall Racing, A. Heflinger, M. Levan. Hank Levan trains, Hank Levan reigns. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 2/5. This one sponsored by Tyler Dungeon Farrier. Remember Sherry was second, Be Legendary third, Famous Rain 5th. Big Lucci 4th, Leonia L, the winner. 2, 3, 5, 4, 1 on the bottom, 31, 101 and 1, 131 and 3, 2 minutes, 2/5. Upcoming 5th race.
Yeah, I think
No
maybe at Ottawa. We got talking one day. We came in the speed office asking me about Grand Lake. He had just bought a boat, and I see posts now on Facebook with his wife Megan where on Hank's days off, he's spending family time there at Indian Lake quite a bit on the boat.
That is nice. That is nice. It's hard to take those days off, but you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
You
Yeah,
really do.
Yep.
So the 5th race, we don't have any changes that we know about. 5 in it, 5 maidens. So somebody's going to see the winner's circle for the very first time today. So let's take a short break. Then we'll be back for the 2-year-old colt trotters in the 5th.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. It all begins with a dream. In Ohio's lush pastures, a foal is born with the heart of a champion. Through dedication, care, and generations of world-class breeding, that spark grows into raw power. Today, Ohio's Standardbred industry offers nearly $24 million in purses for Ohio breds, drawing the best and rewarding the brightest. Breed, buy, race, and win in Ohio.
Who was that was here and was cooking chicken on the backstretch for the Horsemen?
Tony Hufford and his father, David, he basically grew up here, as his father said.
Okay.
He's still stabled here. David Hufford is. He's
David on the fair board here, and then Tony at
Finley.
Finley.
Oh.
Yeah, so definitely a big help to these fairs. He was talking about the track lights that they have here. They haven't had to use them yet, but they are awfully nice. They look nice. They're all LED, a lot of new poles, a lot of new LED lights.
Passport winner from last year stops by. You're not too far from home. This is your home fair. 15-mile away.
Oh, they have two fairs in this county, he said. Attica.
Attica is in Seneca County. Really?
Oh.
I never knew that. I never been there. Probably never get there. Yeah, there's,
Croton.
Richwood is an independent fair. That would be Union. What would Richwood be in? Is Richwood in Union County? Croton's an independent fair.
Yeah.
Croton's an independent fair. So there might be 2 or 3 independent fairs then. Okay.
Yeah.
Croton actually sits in pretty much 3 counties, they say.
Oh, really?
Knox County, Delaware County, and Hartford. Hartford, probably. They call it the...
Yeah. Huh. Lots of fairs, lots of chances to go, that's for sure. You,
My, how far was that? 150, and you came home Friday and went back.
Ah.
Okay. Right, and they set I usually announce there, I didn't this year, because I was at Washington Courthouse, but they set the rides up in the infield, I've understood. That's about the only place you could put them.
Huh.
Because that's all it is mainly the racetrack, and then in the first turn, I think they have some 4-H stuff.
These guys are talking about Piketon.
Well, you'll see Susan tomorrow afternoon.
I'll see you at Mount Vernon then. People are stopping by.
Okay. Did you get to Washington Courthouse at all?
No, I opted to go back to Pike.
Okay.
But they had an 11 o'clock start, and Pike County had a 12 o'clock
Yeah,
start,
yeah.
So I decided just to go back to Pike.
Okay.
Richard's talking about he says he's been on the road for fairs every day since Wellston, so he gets to a lot of fairs. He just loves it. He retired last year.
Our official winner last year.
Yep. And last year was his first year he did this and just went from fair
and
to fair.
And he was everywhere. He didn't miss many days.
He did not. No, he had a lot of fairs he went to, and he's just a big fan. He and a number of other people have already gotten their poker chips when you attend your first 10 fairs.
Okay, first 10 fairs.
You can get your poker chip, and we've got Charlie May, a very few Charlie Mays left. By the Missile, Sugar Instead, Big Ranger. I'm missing somebody. But when you come and you've been to at least 10 fairs, and you can ask for your poker chip.
Horses on the track, and here they are for the upcoming 5th race. Two-year-old colt trot, purse $4,870. 1, Rose Run Chaos, Clifton Bell. 2, Stretch Limousine, Corey High drives. 3, Global Rumble, Sam Widger. 4 is Dublin Sarge, Greg Bateson. And the 5, Respectable Son, Ryan Stahl in the sulky. That's the field for the 5th race. Two-year-old colt trotter, sponsored by Ewald's Furniture.
We got an answer from Julie. She said the North Union Fair at the Independent Fair is in Union County because the Union County Fair, which is in Marysville, wanted to double up with North Union. So I don't know if that helps.
When I was at Cortland, Don Tiger challenged Richard to try and get to every fair because he said there was a couple he just wasn't going to go to because there's fairs that he likes. You know, like he wasn't planning on going to Montpelier.
Okay.
So now I think he is. He's going to try. He's going to be the first guy that I'll probably ever talk to that's been to every single fair. Yeah.
Wow. It is amazing. Let's take a look at the horses in this 5th race. Rose Run Chaos. Clifton Bell drives for Chris Beaver. BZ Stable, Willis, Coad, and VIP Internet are the owners. This is a Triumphant Caviar out of a EL Titan mare, Rose Run Zelda. Just had 2 starts this year, had 3 qualifiers early, qualified in 2-5, 2-5 and 3, and 2-3 and 1. Also was in the Buckeye Stallion Series, finished back in that race, but did trot in 2-3 and 3.
Corey High owns, trains, and drives. Number 2, Stretch Limousine. 2-year-old Bay Goodison along Tom out of the Cantab Hall mare. Can do it all. 2 starts. Last time out finished 5th, beaten 18 3/4. That was a Bucyrus in Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Trotted a mile in 2:09. She a $6,000 Buckeye Classic purchase last fall.
The 3 is Global Rumble. Sam Widger drives for Rosie Weaver and Heartland Acres. This is a Global Republic S out of a mare called Oh Hell No, who is by Chip Chip Hooray. Having a little trouble making breaks. Has been distanced. It's only 2 starts.
Greg Bateson, the 4, Dublin's Sarge. Greg also trains for Z Stables, LLC. Jasper, Michigan, a $7,500 Buckeye Classic purchase. First career start for the 2-year-old Bay Colt of Olstead out of the Credit Winter mare, Rare Beauty.
And the 5, Respectable Son, Ryan Stahl trains and drives for Watson Harness, K. Stuckey, W. Hart, and K. Guthrie. This is an in-range colt out of And Away We Go mare, beautiful. Has just had 1 lifetime start. That was at Oak Harbor. Made a break early, so was distanced in that race. This was a $60,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale.
2-year-old colt trotters. Susan, somebody will leave the maiden ranks in this and get their first career win for $4,870.
The Global Rumble was scoring down here past the grandstand on a bit of a run. Maybe she's going to get it out of her system. He's going to get it out of his system.
Looking ahead, we got a Signature Series pace tonight. And the Springhaven Farm Lady Driving Series, Jennifer Main, Leslie Joyce, Heather Willems, Jane Weller, Christina Johnson, and Stacy Curry will be the 6 ladies competing in that event. They're at the top of the stretch. Mike Weppenberger has them all lined up. Let's send it to Ayers Ratcliffe to give us the call.
Top of the stretch for the 5th race. Purse $4,870, and here they come. Again, close the gates on the backside, guys.
You're holding it.
They're off into trotting. Rose Run Chaos goes looking for the lead. In their second is a Stretch Limousine. It's a Noble Rumble in 3rd. Respectable Son is 4th, with Dublin Sarge trailing. They're a bit strung out as they move on into the backstretch, and Rose Run Chaos and Clifton Bell leads them by 3. Stretch Limousine is there in 2nd. Over there 3rd is a Global Rumble. Then it's Respectable Son and Dublin Sarge off stride. Went Rose Run Chaos, off stride, Global Rumble. So Stretch Limousine now leads them out there by 12 lengths and 32 seconds. Respectable Sun is there in second. Rose Run Chaos in third. In fourth comes Royal Global Rumble with Dublin Sarge coming down here to the half. They're strung out from here to Cary. And out there with the lead, it is Stretch Limousine and Corey High, who leads them by 7. In their second, Respectable Sun, halfway home in 103 and 3. In and around the turn they go. Stretch Limousine, that lead is diminishing. He's down to 2.5. In their second, Respectable Sun. Rose Run Chaos is there in third. Then it's a Global Rumble. And Dublin Sarge, they're up the back stretch to 3/4. Stretch Limousine with the lead. Respectable Sun is gobbling up ground now in second as they go by 3/4, 135 and 2. In and around the final turn, Stretch Limousine the leader. Respectable Sun now trails 3/4 of a length. Make it a half, make it a neck. They're at the top of the stretch, and Stretch Limousine is trying to fend off Respectable Sun. Stretch Limousine, Respectable Sun. Stretch Limousine on the inside is coming back, and it is Stretch Limousine who held on to win it.
206 and 2.
Time of the mile, 2:06 and 2.
Threes off straight through the left.
Surprised me. I thought he had him collared there. I thought Ryan Stahl was going to get it with Respectable Sun, but digging back in, Stretch Limousine, the 2-year-old Bay Gota son of a Long Tom, a $6,000 purchase out of the Cantab Home Air. Can do it all. First career win. 206 and 2, 32, 103 and 3, 135 and 2. A lot of breakers there. Clifton Bell got out of the gate, got by the quarter in 32, and shows no break on the line on 4 or 5 lines. A couple two-sided down starts, Delaware start, and started at Bell Fountain. All clean lines, but for some reason by that quarter pole made a break. And that just changed the whole complex of that race.
Absolutely. I got to imagine that Corey High is just as happy as can be out of this.
Yes, I would say so too, yes.
I mean, he ran and was distanced, and he was back by 16 lengths, and did trot in 2.9, but now 6 and 2. And the grittiness down the stretch was what impressed me. That colt wasn't going to give up.
Somebody out there has got a couple bucks to win on this horse too at 25 to 1, paying $50. That's going to be a nice night at the fair for somebody.
That is
263. That's the win pool now, I've been told. I asked that the other day at Courthouse. Somebody was inquiring about that. That just shows the win pool.
Lots of people in the winner's circle. Corey High owns, trains, and drives Stretch Limousine.
In the 5th race, refund on all trifectas in race 5. But look at that tote board. Stretch Limousine, 61.60 for every $2 to win. There is money to be made here tonight.
Now in your
at
try,
the Tiffin Fair.
What I understand, you'll see it a lot at a fair. You never, very, very seldom see it at a raceway. The 2-horse won, so somebody had to have the 2 on top. On top, I mean, as winner. You could have had him to be second or third, but as long as there was not a ticket out with a 2 as a winner, I heard the way I get it, there has to be a whole refund. On the try then. Now, if somebody would have had him to win and had no other numbers, there would have been what they call a consolation. But the refund of the try is if there is no horse on top that wins the race.
Stretch Limousine, a 2-year-old Bay-Gooded son of Long Tom, at a Can Do It All by Cantab Hall, owned, trained, and reined by Corey High of Cardington, Ohio, 206 and 2, time of the mile. This one sponsored by Ewald's Furniture.
Like I said, somebody will be able to go to the cattleman's barn. They'll get to go on some rides. They'll get cotton candy. They'll get everything for that $2 bet. We should be getting the official rundown just a minute.
Rose Run Chaos was third. Stretch Limousine, the winner. Global Rumble, fourth. Dublin Sarge, fifth. Respectable Sun, second. 3-1-4-5-2, 32, 103 and 3, 135 and 2, 206 and 2.
Up next, sixth race, 3-year-old Colt Pacers, another division. Has a total purse of $14,616. This division, field of 6 for $4,872. It'll be Smokin' Hill, GPA, Siffer, Beach Party at 8, Hot Honor, and Trav Kels. Field of 6 on gate for the next. And we'll take a break to hear from Power Play Farm, Ohio Farm Bureau, and the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association Passport. And we'll be back right after this.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
The Ohio Harness Racing Passport is back. Sponsored by Webkenberg Starting Gates, the Passport takes you across Ohio's county fair circuit and now includes marquee events like Ohio Super Night. It's free and open to fans of all ages. Get your Passport from the OHHA broadcast team and collect your stamps. Earn prizes all season long with more ways to win. Compete for the grand prize. Experience Ohio through harness racing.
Okay, we are back here at Seneca County. Matt Richardson singing for the crowd. I think everybody, he's been around so much now that you kind of know him, I think everybody likes him.
He's sponsored tonight by Joe and Fran Darmafall.
Oh, okay. That's Frank interviewed Joe, I believe it was at Bucyrus, and said, why do you do this? Why do you, help out so much? And he said that the fairs were just extremely important to him and Fran, and, the grassroots, and he just wants to make sure that it all keeps going and help whatever he can.
He used to be in NASCAR racing.
Car racing, yeah.
I don't know how big, but, big supporters. They just support everything. I'm sure tonight they're sponsoring the ladies' pace. I'll have to look, but they usually do. Joe and Fran Darmafall. Yep. Give $100 to the winning driver.
Yeah. So just like all the sponsors we have, all the sponsors that a fair has, it takes somebody to go out and get all that. It's somebody to go do. I was talking to Bob Schwartz at Fayette County, had him on air, and he said, because they had their big community night.
Yeah, community night on
And
Wednesday.
they have so much stuff. So many
yes.
things.
Well, when you have Lisa Swartz
Yeah.
heading things up,
Yes.
you know it's going to be right.
Right.
And there was more to it than Lisa, I'm sure, but Lisa was. But it went well. The Fayette County Tourism Group, the grandstand was packed.
Was it? Wow.
Packed. Bet some nice money that night, and then they closed it out with wiener dog races.
Oh, okay. And I say, some people are kind of crabby about it and say, well, they just come for prizes. Well, so what? They came and they saw the horses.
Yes, they bring them
so
back.
You never know when
Might
they'll
bring
come
'em
back.
Yep,
absolutely. Unless they see it the first time, they can't come the second time, right?
I've told this story before. It's changed. We got to get the younger group involved, but before we had lines like this back probably even in the early 80s, you didn't have the past performance lines.
Right.
The guy would have they would have their little black book, and they'd call it the Bible, and they wouldn't tell anybody if they went to Tiffin and GPA I'm just using him for example, the two horse finished third and 2:10 and 2, and they'll estimate 5 lengths he got beat because there was no charting,
Right.
nothing. And then they would go maybe to Marysville, the next fair this horse was racing at. Boy, hey, he was third, but boy, he was closing. He can win here today, and that's their information. They would have it A through Z. Abercrombie, being and every horse, and that they wouldn't give that information out. And then the old timers would be there with their stopwatch.
Yep.
They're 2 hours before because they would go 2 heats warming up back then.
Yep.
So if post time was 6, that first warm up would be at 4. If he was in the first race, boy, they'd clock him, and they wouldn't tell anybody.
Now you have so much information in front of you that it's just hard to comprehend it all.
Yeah, it used to be it would just show the horse's name, driver, trainer, and maybe the breeding, and 5 starts, 2 wins, and whatever. That's it. And the winning time, maybe. That would be it.
How energetic the person putting together the program was, because sometimes there wasn't much.
And I've told years ago, they had a little scorecard. It was like a tag, the heavier paper. It was probably only 5 inches wide, 4 or 5 inches wide, and it might be 10 inches, whatever.
Oh, tall and skinny.
Yeah, tall and skinny. Yeah. And everything would be 2 heats back in the day, and they would draw. They would have 9 in a race, 10 in a race. You could have the 10 hole both times. They would draw for each heat.
Oh, yeah.
At the original draw, and you could win out of the 10 hole, but you still had that second heat start out of the 10 hole if that's what you drew.
Yeah.
Windsor, Ontario checking in. Haven't seen that one before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here are the horses for race 6. 1, Smokin' Hill, make the driver Rod Allums Jr. 2, GPA, Greg Bateson aboard. 3 is Cypher, Pierce Henry. 4 is Beach Party at 8. Driver change, Sam Widger. 5, Hot Honor, Mark St. Louis Jr. And the 6, Trav Kelsey, Clifton Bell in the sulky. That's the field for the 6th race. Rod Allums Jr. on 1, Sam Widger on 4.
Okay, this is 3-year-old Colt Pacers going for $4,872 from the rail. Smokin' Hill changed the driver to Rod Allums for Janie Weller, who trains and owns this racing hill. It's out of a Woodstock mare, Ms. Smokin' Woodstock. Last start out was raced at Scioto Downs, finished 5th in that race, but Pace's mile in 54-3, came home in 28-2. This horse has a 2-year-old mark of 159 right here at Tiffin.
Greg Bateson drives number 2, GPA. Greg also trains for Larry Farley of Sylvania. This was a $50,000 purchase 2 years ago as a yearling. The 3-year-old bay got a son of Zuma Kalade out of the Yankee Cruiser mare. Artful Dancer has 5 wins in 23 career starts. All 5 of those wins last year with 6 seconds and 4 thirds, $29,269 in the bank, as a 2-year-old took a mark of 159 at Piketon. 2 starts back, finished 3rd at Northfield Park in a non-winners, pacing in 159-4.
Cypher and Pierce Henry from the 3-hole for trainer Chad Williamson and owner Claude Esty. This is a Down by the Seaside colt of a Bettor's Delight mare, Fine Art. 5 starts on the year, 1 second place finish. That was at Scioto Downs in 53-3. But since then has paced miles in 52-1 and 52-2.
Sam Widger drives number 4, Beach Party at 8. Robert Brooks trains the 3-year-old Bay Gota son of Down by the Seaside out of the Bettor's Delight mare. Not before 8. Ivy Holdings of Apple Creek, Ohio owns an $80,000 Ohio Select purchase 2 years ago. 9 career starts, just 2 starts this year. Yet to hit the board this year, has a second and a third last year, $4,015 in the bank. At Bell Fountain on the 14th of July, finished 6th, pacing in 2:01.4.
Hot Honor and Mark St. Louis Jr. from the 5-hole for trainer Mike Johnson. Mike is also the owner. Oh, this is a summa cum laude out of Rock and Roll Heaven mare, Hot Lemonade. 7 starts on the year, 1/3. That was his last start out at Oak Harbor. Pace in 2 minutes and a 1/5 at Oak Harbor.
And rounding out the field, Susan is number 6. Trav Kelsey, Clifton Bell for Robert Brooks. Dave and Patricia Jury, Bucyrus own. 3-year-old Bay Gota son of Fear the Dragon out of the well-said mare. Pretty Girl Hanover has 20 career starts. 2 seconds and 5/3, $9,988. Last time out at Oak Harbor, finished 5th, paced in 59-2. The 6, Trav Kelsey. Let's send it over to Ayers Ratcliffe to give us a call. Mike Weppenberg has them all lined up and ready for a start.
Purse 6, sponsored by MC Insurance Services, 3-year-old colt Pacers. Purse $4,872. Top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off into pacing. GPA is trying to go to the lead. Cypher is in there to be second and trying to drive on. In there next is a Beach Party at 8. Smokin' Hill is there in 4th. Over there 5th, Hot Honor and Trav Kelsey. That one trails as they go to the opening fraction here, and with the lead, it's Cypher. Cypher and Pierce Henry's out there by a length and a half. GPA is there in second. Looking them over from third is Beach Party at 8, 29-4. Smokin' Hill is there in 4th. Hot Honor 5th. Trav Kelsey trails as they move around the turn, and the leader on top is Cypher. Cypher fronts him out there. In there second is a GPA. Moving up on the outside now, here comes Smokin' Hill. Alum says, let's go on this one. They're coming up and after Cypher as they drive here by the half. Also there to the outside is Hot Honor. Then at the rail, Beach Party at 8, 1 minute, 1/5. Outside is Trav Kelsey. Around the turn, though, head for the back stretch, and the leader is Cypher. On the outside, Smokin' Hill is inching closer on the leader. He's ratcheting up the pressure as they move up the backstretch to 3/4. Cypher on top. Smokin' Hill on the outside. GPA is third. Over there 4th is Hot Honor. Then it's Trav Kelsey and Beach Party at 8, 129-4. Moving around the final turn, and the leader is still Cypher. On the outside, Smokin' Hill won't go away. Smokin' Hill is harder to shake than your mother-in-law. They're at the top of the stretch. On the inside, Cypher. Outside, Smokin' Hill. Cypher is digging in. Smokin' Hill still coming. Cypher on the inside. Cypher will win. Smokin' Hill second. Hot Honor is third. Time of the mile, 1:58, 4/5.
58-4. Cypher had all he wanted to do to fend off a Smokin' Hill and Rod Adams, who came at him at the 5/8. Cypher, the 3-year-old Bay Gota son of Down by the Seaside out of the Bettor's Delight mare, Fine Art, owned by Diamond Creek Farm, bred by Diamond Creek Farm of Kentucky. Claude Estel of Oakwood, Ohio owns. Chad Williamson trains. First win of the season, Susan, for Cypher, 58-4. Nice mile.
Sure has. Sure has been pacing some nice miles at Scioto Downs. Gosh, and coming home some too. Give me going a mile in 52-1. Come home 27-3.
Been racing in non-winners of 2 at Scioto, pacing in 52. Buckeye Stallion Series. Tried that, paced in 52 and a piece, finished fifth. But those miles go in 51.
Yeah.
Just unheard of anymore. Boy, you had a horse used to beat 2 minutes. That was something.
Oh gosh.
Now that's nothing. Now beat 150.
Yeah. Yep.
Now beat 150.
2 minutes only going to get you a little hot.
When you said that, that's the first thing that popped in my mind. Like, that used to be an open pacer, like a good one, 52 last quarter, 27-1. Like.
Yep.
Cypher is a 3-year-old bay-goated son of Down by the Seaside at a fine art by Better Delight. Owned by Claude Estel. Chad Williamson trains. Pierce Henry, the winning driver. Time of the mile, 1:58 and 4. This one sponsored by MC Insurance Services. Smokin' Hill was second. GPA fourth. Cypher, the winner. Beach Party at 8 was 6. Hot Honor third. Trav Kelsey fifth. 2, 4, 1, 6, 3, 5 on the bottom, 29 and 4, 1 minute, 1/5, 129 and 4, 158 and 4.
We've had 3 miles in 6 races under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It used to be at a county fair. If a mile went under 2 minutes, that was something. We had another mile in 2 minutes and 2/5 knocking on the door. It's just unreal.
And the young horses doing
Yes,
it. So
yes.
yes, it is.
Oh, it used to be 3-year-old pacers, if they went in 2-3.
Yeah, that was big.
That
was big. I still remember I was just a kid. We had a horse that raced at Springfield, Illinois, and our driver, who was Jack Hankins, came back and he showed my dad to watch, and he said, "Look at this. He paced in 2 minutes flat." And that was a huge, I mean, he didn't win. I don't even know if he got a check, but boy, we were happy.
No,
2 minutes flat. And that would have been in early 70s.
Yeah, I can remember, and guy by the name of Irv Samples, I worked for him. I just started announcing in 74 or 5, getting a few fairs. Allen County Fair, horse's name was Absalom. He went in 59 and 4, beat 2 minutes. And I can remember the night I was a senior in high school. I went to Greenville to listen to Roger Houston. He just started me. He was calling the races there. J-Time was going to go against Fast Clip, Bruce Nichols, for the track record in a partial. They went in 59 and 2. That was something.
Yeah.
And I've told this story before, 50 years later, never did I dream that 50 years later, after watching J-Time go that kind of mile, that I would be the announcer for Charlie May when he went in 150.
Yeah, yep.
How things happen.
Well, absolutely.
50 years.
50 years between
everything
that two.
happens. It seems like that. Years ago, I'd been to Pickaway County Fair in Circleville calling races. Bob Steele, the general manager of Scioto, got me the job. He was a presiding judge there. And I just did it 1 year. It was so far for me, they would race 4 days, 120-mile trip for me, and I had a job. And so that's the only year I did it. But then exactly 50 years later, I returned to be the announcer there. It is really weird how things happen like that.
Yeah.
25 years, 50 years.
Absolutely. And to, like you said, to come back and then you can remember what that was 50 years ago. That's truly amazing. 7th race coming up. One change that we know about, the 3, Castle on the Hill, is a scratch. So we will take a short break and be back to talk about these 3-year-old filly trotters.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Use code FAIR26 and receive $10 off your next order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Hickory Lane Farm is proud to have bred or produced 3 Dan Patch champions over the last 3 years. Located in Findlay, Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm bred and sold world champion It's Academic. We also co-bred and sold sophomore Breeders' Crown winner Yo Tilly. Our stallion In Range set new sales records at the 2025 Jug Sale and is the sire of Set Your Sights High, who was last season's Dan Patch 2-year-old trotting filly. Find your next champion at the Hickory Lane Farm. Consignment.
I don't remember. She had a trotter that we couldn't beat. Cosmic Crunch was his name.
Oh.
And went back at Hoosier Park.
Yeah, she rode to somebody under saddle.
Yeah.
That was big for a while.
Yep.
Talking Brooke Nichols. Sorry, everybody that just caught up.
Brooke Nichols, Bruce Nichols. Matter of fact, Bruce Nichols, Bruce is probably in his mid-90s now. When I used to go to Hoosier Park, I haven't been over there too much in the last few years, but he would have the same seat in the clubhouse every weekend. But he's had some good ones. They always called him the man with the ladies, Follow My Star. And I forget, he had two or three real good fillies. And actually, when he started out, way before my time, probably in the 50s, he trained at the Salina Fairgrounds, Mercer County Fairgrounds, the barn Rusty Voorhees is in. He trained for the Grand Lake stable. We have Grand Lake there. It was a guy by the name of Bill Heck, High Volo. They were all Volo horses, and Bruce Nichols was his trainer. They all start somewhere.
Yes.
Seventh race, 3-year-old filly trotters. We only have 4. Lindell, Rose Run, Bobby, Smoke of Begonia, Grapevine Disaster. Do you think that did the programs come up? Have you heard much more?
I do not know. Let me see if I can.
We got plenty of action for you. Yeah, if you can print a program off, it's always at harnessracingohio.com. An hour before post, I believe. Am I right on that, Susan?
Yeah, an hour before
post.
Yep.
But we're back here. I'll be here back. Matt and myself will be here tomorrow night with 10 races. Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Post time at 6. Earlier in the day, Susan and Samantha Mayu will be a doubleheader at noon and at 5, I believe, at Mount Vernon. I think there's 10, 11 races, something like that. And then also at 5 o'clock tomorrow night, Ashley Daly will be at Marysville with a 5 o'clock post. They have 9 there. And then Marysville comes back at 11 a.m. on Tuesday with 9. And then Tuesday night, Ashley will get in the car leaving Marysville, and she might not know it, but she has 16 races.
Let's not tell her yet.
at Sydney. I know this is a true story. Yesterday, I was announcing the races at Oyster Courthouse. Lisa Swartz was clerking and working on the draw on that, I think, but she told me, I said, wonder how many they're going to have at Sydney. I said, usually you only have 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I hate to burst your bubble, but they got 16. I said, I don't believe you. My answer was, I would have a better chance of winning the lottery in the 16 races at Sydney. Well, we do have 16 races Tuesday and Wednesday at Sydney.
Here are the horses for race number 7. 3-year-old filly trotters per $6,939. Win place, exacta trifecta wagering. Scratch the 3. Sam Widger on 5. This one sponsored by Greenfield Stables. 1 is Lindell, Ryan Stahl. 2, Rose Run Bobby, Rod Allums Jr. 3 is out. 4, Smokin' Begonia, Eric Haynes. And the 5, Grapevine Disaster, driver change, Sam Widger in the sulky.
Scratch down to a field of 4. The 1, Lindell, Ryan Stahl drives and trains and co-owns with Watson Harness and William Hart. A Marseille filly out of a credit winner mare, I Love Lindy. A winner 2 starts back in the Buckeye Claiming Series that was held at Northfield Park in 59-3. That's her one win this year. Has a couple of third-place finishes also. One of those at Scioto in the Konetsky. Ryan Stahl and Lindell.
Number 2, Rose Run Bobby, Rod Allums Jr. for Jamie Weller. JNR Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio. Owns a $21,000 yearling purchase 2 years ago. She's a 3-year-old bay filly, Uncle Peter, out of the Lucky Chucky mare Lindy on the Rocks. 13 career starts, is yet to hit the board, $2,827. Looking at her lines for 4 starts in a row, she has trouble keeping stride on the 17th of March at Northfield Park in a non-winners. She did stay trotted in 2:07.
The 3 is a scratch. The 4, Smokin' Begonia. Eric Hayes drives for Cheryl Hayes trained, and Cheryl and Marion Hayes, the owners. This is an Enterprise filly out of a Master Levesque mare, Super V Begonia. Cheryl and Marion are also the breeders. This horse has been bouncing back and forth a little from races in Michigan, and then started, it's just had 2 starts, both of those in Michigan this year, had a 2nd and a 3rd.
Michael Lee trains number 5, Grapevine Disaster. Mark Hedworth drives. Michael Lee in partnership with Duke Sugg and Stephen Mass of Deschler, Ohio owned. 3-year-old Bayfield of a Long Tom out of the Explosive Mattermare, Swirly Hanover. 27 career starts, winner circle twice, 5 seconds, 6 thirds, 37,000. Mark at Northfield Park is a 3-year-old of 2 minutes. Last time out finished 2nd. Trotted in 156 at Scioto Downs.
So I got a text from Jeff Grimes who said, "Come on, Matt, grain dealer."
What?
He said, "Come on, Matt, grain dealer," an open pacer at Raceway Park. So I'm not sure what context that fits into, but when we were talking about 2-minute horses.
Yeah, I got me.
Okay.
Good to hear from Grimes, though.
Yeah, yeah. Let us know what the heck you're talking about, Jeff. Dave Myrick says, "Kind of neat having the call to the post live. The girl's doing a really nice job." And yes.
Yes, it is.
It is
Very
really
nice.
nice.
It's
Yeah.
Grain Dealer might have been a horse that he owned. Maybe with
Oh, okay.
Rodney Connor. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I really don't know. I would assume that would be the context.
The horses are behind the gate for race number 7 as we are scratched down to a field of 4. Lindell, Rose Run Bobby, Smokin' Begonia, and Grapevine Disaster. Let's turn it over to Ayers for the call.
For the stretch, race number 7, 3-year-old filly trotter, sponsored by Greenfield Stables, per $6,939 through the stretch, and here they come. They're off and a trotting, and Grapevine Disaster goes looking for the lead. Crossing over with the top spot, Lindell is there in 2nd. Smokin' Begonia is 3rd. Rose Run Bobby 4th. They straighten away into the backstretch on their way to the first quarter, and Grapevine Disaster and Widgers out there by 2. Lindell is there in 2nd. Looking them over from 3rd is a Smokin' Begonia, and Rose Run Bobby is 4th of the 4. So they travel on to the opening quarter here in 30 seconds flat. And the leader, Grapevine Disaster. Lindell is there in 2nd. In 3rd, Smokin' Begonia. To the outside, Rose Run Bobby is now on the move, was 4th. Then 3rd, now 2nd, and trying to roll on the leader, and Rose Run Bobby just lost it there on the outside. Rose Run Bobby's on a break, traveling down here to the half. And the leader is Grapevine Disaster. Lindell is their 2nd, halfway home in a minute. Over there to be 3rd is a Smokin' Begonia. And Rose Run Bobby lost her stride and cannot find it as they move around the turn to head on into the backstretch. And out there with the lead, it's Grapevine Disaster. Lindell 2nd, Smokin' Begonia 3rd. Further back, trailing Rose Run Bobby. On to the 3/4 mile mark of the race. Grapevine Disaster 1:31.1. Lindell is sticking to her in 2nd. In their 3rd is a Smokin' Begonia with Rose Run Bobby top of the stretch. And Grapevine Disaster is trying to seal the deal. Grapevine Disaster now opens up by 3. Lindell in 2nd, Smokin' Begonia 3rd. Coming down to the wire, Grapevine Disaster will score. Lindell finishing 2nd, Smokin' Begonia is 3rd. 2 minutes, 1/5.
2 minutes and a 5th, 30 seconds, a minute, 1:31.1, 2 minutes and 1/5. 3-year-old filly trotter, Susan.
Did you say a half in a minute?
Yes, I thought
Okay.
I wrote a minute down. Sam Widger, Grapevine Disaster, Michael Lee. Trains owns a partnership with Duke Sugg and Stephen Mass of Deshler, Ohio. 3-year-old Bay Phillip a long time out of the expensive Mattermare. Swifty Hanover. Second win of the season, third career. Earnings now over $40,000 for Grapevine Disaster, who was a $20,000 yearling purchase 2 years ago.
Feels a little bit better now that the sun's not on you, right?
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice
quite a bit
evening
better.
here. Yeah. We were sitting at Washington Courthouse last night, and I mentioned over the air for Frank Fraz, because I said we need to get fair fan grants, because they had fans in their grandstand now, and that was so nice. And I thought that would
Fair
be nice.
fan grants.
Yep.
By long
Get fans
Tom.
in your grandstand.
Out of Swirl Hanover by Explosive Matter, I'm a Michael Lee. John Duke Sugg, Stephen Maas. Michael Lee trains Sam Widger, the winning driver. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. This one sponsored by Greenfield Stables. Lindell was second, Rose Run Bobby fourth, Castle on the Hill scratched. Smokin' Begonia third, Grapevine Disaster the winner. 2-4 scratch, 3-1, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1:31 and 1, 2 minutes, 1/5.
On to the 8 2-year-old filly Pacers for $7,305. A field of 6, and we'll be back to take a look at all 6 of these 3-year-old fillies right after this.
Once a year, the greatest converge. 12 championship races. Over $7 million on the line. History will be made. Legends will rise. In October 2026, Scioto Downs becomes the venue where speed meets destiny. The Breeders' Crown, harness racing's ultimate showdown. It all comes down to the Breeders' Crown.
Do you love horses and the outdoors? There are hundreds of immediate openings across Ohio for caretakers and grooms. Work with these beautiful animals every day. Health insurance, vision care, prescription benefits, and a retirement plan are available to those that qualify. Help care for these beautiful animals. Immediate openings across Ohio. For more information, visit OhioHorseJobs.com. That's OhioHorseJobs.com.
The crowd is going wild because they're throwing T-shirts now. And I remember this from last year. That girl in the green shirt, I'm pretty sure she plays softball
She's
or
got
something.
a cannon.
Yeah. She's up at the top row. If there was a hole in the grandstand in the back, she'd be over the grandstand.
Signatures, I think they're Signature Series T-shirts.
Probably, yeah.
Kind of a baby blue, a very nice color this year.
Yeah.
3-1, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1:31 and 1, 2 minutes, 1/5.
I don't know as though I'd want to get hit by one of her
know.
T-shirts.
If I want to step out of the way of that thing, it's coming in pretty hot.
Yeah, she is whipping them. It's always kind of fun.
We got some of the green ones from last year, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Must have, yes, yeah.
So we're talking about things coming up, and I mentioned before on August 1st, which is next Saturday, we're going to have the family night at Scioto Downs, and if you're a Backstretch Buddies member, you can come and get a T-shirt. And all sorts of fun stuff. And then the very next Saturday, which is Hamiltonian Day, come to Northfield Park, and we're going to have the other one of our Ohio Sire Stakes 50th anniversary celebration and get together. So we encourage people to come and look at the pictures that we have, the older pictures that we have. Bring some if you've got some. Just got in the mail the other day, Penny Richards sent me a big plate that was from the 1970, I can't remember the exact date on it, 70-something, that said Ohio Sire Stakes on it. So we've got people, it sits in your house. Bring it out so everybody can see it. You can take it home that night, but just let's
Ohio State Fair Racing begins next
this
week.
week. That's right.
That's this week already?
Yep.
So they already drew for that? Or does it go Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah.
Thursday,
so they
Friday,
probably
Saturday,
draw.
so they'll draw Monday for Thursday most likely.
Yeah.
So that will be part of the Triple Crown. But back to we mentioned the sale. I'd mentioned the 5th. That would not be right in September because that would be Labor Day weekend. That would be a no-no. You said it was the 18th, so it is after. It is after the.
Well, that is always right before Delaware opens. That one.
It is.
But I think it's the other one. Is it the Classic?
The Ohio Select. The Ohio Select is. It would definitely wouldn't be the 5th.
I know one of them is still on when Scioto's racing because
they started.
Going to start, or they're not going to race that night.
They're going to race, but they start an hour later or something.
Is that what it is?
I think is what it is. I can go here if I can find it on this. I guess what I was talking about, the Ohio Select, they always like to have it right after, and I guess it would be after. They'd like to have the sale right after
Super Night.
Super Night. So they always say the money.
That's right.
And and once in a while when Dayton gets their turn, it's sometime in October. Always.
Yeah. It's we were talking about this. Jay Wolf saying the Triple Crown this year starts with the State Fair. It almost always starts with the State Fair. But then the second will be the Sire Stakes, the Sire Stakes champion, and then the third would be the Ohio Breeders' Championship.
They're always crowned at Ohio Breeders' Champion, usually.
Unless it's at Dayton.
It's at Dayton, and that happened a couple years ago. Now,
Yeah.
talking about Dayton, I was talking to Jason Bloom. He was associate judge at Courthouse, and he is kind of the general manager of racing at Miami Valley and Dayton, the race secretary. And I said, well, what are they going to do about Dayton and Scioto? He said Dayton will go those 2 weeks. The eliminations are roughly the 17th, 18th, I think, of October at Scioto, Friday, Saturday, which about always is eliminations.
Yeah.
The finals, the 23rd and 24th, the following Friday, Saturday. And Dayton would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Scioto will go Friday, Saturday.
So both of those weeks.
There'll be 6 days of racing at those 2 tracks. Dayton usually races 70 days, and I thought Jason said there'll be 68 days this year.
Okay.
And when they open up, they usually open up the Tuesday after Delaware. They're going to open up that Monday, on a Monday.
Oh.
So they're going to have 3 Mondays. I got to look at a calendar. I don't know if that's when they start their fair racing that day. Jug Week would be, so Dayton would probably open up the 28th. Fair racing is on a Monday the 5th, I know.
Yeah.
And then the 10th on that Saturday is probably their big night at Dayton, where they have their
Dayton
Grand
Derbies.
Pacing Derby, and they also have the Buckeye Stallion Series final.
That's right.
That night.
That's right.
And then the following week, which would be, I'm pretty sure it's the 17th, that would be at Northfield Park, your Ohio Fair Finals.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, going back in September, then September 12th will be the
Super
Sire
Night.
State Super Night at Scioto Downs.
Yeah.
And that sale would be the 18th, yes.
There is a lot to look forward to this September and October in Ohio.
And talking to anybody would want to, when we had Jason Roth, the director of racing, on it. Scioto Downs tonight, we were there covering Ashley and I with the Next Generation. We had him on as our guest, and we touched on the Breeders' Crown, and the clubhouse at that time was sold out for Saturday, but there had been some seats for Friday. That could have all changed. That was 3 weeks ago. But he said it's going to be general admission, first come, first serve for the seats.
The seats, yes.
Or standing room only. And then he did mention, and you probably know what I'm talking about, underneath the clubhouse, there's bedding windows under there. They may be going to close that in.
Yep, they're going to enclose that. There will be tables and a big buffet down there, so you can get tickets to down there. The last that I heard, they weren't completely sold out, but it was really close for selling out for Saturday night. So, but there's also going to be a beer tent in the last turn. There's not going to be food in the tent, but they're going to give, you pay so much to get in the tent, and then you get tokens for food. They're bringing in, I think I heard 6 or 7 food trucks that are going to be up in back of the grandstand. There's also going to be, which I'm really excited about, there's going to be stuff for kids to do, but they're going to have a millionaire's row where they're going to have 4 or 5 just super retired horses, one of them being foaled again, are going to be back there, so you can come and meet them and pet foaled.
Good
again.
idea,
That's pretty
Millionaire's
cool.
Row.
Yeah, yep.
Good idea. When you said Millionaire's Row, I thought it was some kind of seating like you hear
nope,
about it
it's
at the Kentucky Derby.
It's the horses.
Good thought.
The horses that are coming have earned over $20 million.
How many millionaires do we have in Ohio? I know we post that at Delaware.
Quite a few.
If you become a millionaire, don't they hang your banner at Delaware?
We do.
I remember taking them down last year. We took a
Yeah.
lot of banners down.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Talking about Delaware, that'll be here before you know it. We've touched on about everything. It'll be the 5 days of Delaware.
Yep.
Jug week late this year. The Jug, I'm pretty sure, is Thursday the 24th, as late as it can be. That being because all Ohio county fairs are based on Labor Day. Labor Day this year is most likely the 7th of September, correct. Labor Day always being the first Monday in September. And I'll use Van Wert, for example. Anyone who has a Labor Day fair always gets a Labor Day fair.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they base your fairs.
Oh.
So all the fairs back up. The only exception this year, there was a mistake made. Piketon didn't change their dates, and the state didn't catch it. So they overlapped with Washington Courthouse. But all fairs are late, and now they'll work their ways back. Like the Jug this year, I just had my calendar up. I think is the 24th. The earliest it could be would be the 17th.
Okay.
So next year the Jug most likely would be the 23rd, then 22nd, and it
Just
kind of
keeps
goes
moving.
back, and then leap year to jump 2 days.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
A lot more to fair dates and everything than you even think. I mean, all the dates when the Breeders' Crown. Oh, we're going to scratch the 4 in the 8th race.
The odds board. Please exchange your ticket for a horse who will be racing. The 4 will not. Black Bikini is a late scratch. The 4, let's get the other ones together. Let's line them up and parade them in order. One is Sea Smoke, Clifton Bell. 2, Jewel Fame, Ed Conrad. 3, Bourbon with Fire, Ryan Stahl. 4 is out. 5, Aggie L, Hank Levan. And the 6, Taylor's third round. Driver change, Pierce Henry in the sulky. That's the field for the 8th race. Scratch the 4. Pierce Henry on 6.
Sea Smoke and Clifton Bell will leave from the rail for trainer Chris Beaver. Sea Smoke Stables, Mark Moger, and Sugar Valley Farms, all the owners of this down by the seaside. Out of a Fear the Dragon mare, Dragon Silk. 4 starts on the year, 1 win. That was last start out at Oak Harbor in 2-2-1. Also had a 3rd place finish at Bell Fountain in 2-5-1. But had been racing in Kentucky in the Kentucky Proud Series. Got some checks down there and was timed in 58-2. Coming last quarter, 27-4.
Number 2, Jewel Fame. Ed Conrad trains and drives for Seneca Louder of Tiffin. The 2-year-old Bay Philippa Western Fame out of the Liz Mara mare. Comeback Jewel's son. She a $4,000 purchase. Last time out, finished third, beaten 8 lengths at Oak Harbor, paced in 2:02 and 4. Has 2 third-place finishes on the year. Number 3 is Bourbon with Fire. Ryan Stahl trains and drives. Gio Bay Philippa Catch the Fire. Out of the Charlie Barley mare, Catch the Fire, Bourbon and Barley. Watson Racing, K.J. Stuckey, W.A. Hart, and W.J. Donnelly of Dublin, Ohio own. This is a $31,000 yearling purchase. Last time out, finished 5th at Oak Harbor, pacing in 2:03 and 3. The 3, Bourbon with Fire. Number 4 is Scratch. Number 5 is Aggie Al. Hank LeBand looks for his 3rd driving win of the evening. Hank trains. Gio Bay Philippa Monty Mickey out of the Sun Beach Somewhere mare. Remy Aurora, LeBand Stable Woodstock. Hurley Racing, Brake Farms, and Vega LeBand, and R. Freeze own. 5 starts, has 1 second, 1 third, $2,871. Last time out, finished 2nd, pacing in 2:06 and 4. At Hilliard, the 5, Aggie L. Number 6 is Taylor's 3rd round. Pierce Henry picks up the drive for Robert Brooks. Giro Bay Philippa Dancing Yankee out of the Real Artist mare, Taylor's Artist. Tommy L. and Andrea Householder of Delaware own. This is a homebred. 4 starts, 3 seconds, $3,667. Finished 2nd at Oak Harbor on the 19th of July, pacing in 2:01 and 4. Number 6, Taylor's 3rd round. Pierce Henry will pick up that drive. 2-year-old Philly Pacers for $7,305. Field of 5 have completed their score. They'll be heading to the Mike Wemkenberg starting gate. A big thank you to Mike and Becky Wemkenberg for sponsoring the passports this year.
Got a very important young man that came up and got his 10th fair today, so he got a poker chip. Oh, and his dad just, hey, don't put it in your pocket. He took sugar instead for his chip.
Not a bad one to take.
Nope.
The wings of the Wemkenberg starting gate open. 5 of them, Sea Smoke, Jewel Fame, Bourbon with Fire, Aggie L, and Taylor's 3rd round. Gate's rolling. No, it is not. Going to give them a turn.
Oh.
Maybe. They needed a turn for mutuals. I don't know. Might be the case. That would be a good sign.
We got the ultimate compliment. Dave Myrick says the sound and reception is really good tonight.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt Clark.
Thank you, Matt.
It's
yes.
all on your shoulders,
That's
Matt.
right.
Some places are just easier than others. It's all there is to it.
Yes. I'd look at my phone and I have 5 bars.
Yep.
So we must
That
have
helps.
a tower. How do we do it here? Do we looking for a tower or do
It's right behind the track.
Oh my gosh!
Literally, like right above the
right
tote
there.
board.
Zoom in on. That's
Oh
why,
my gosh!
That's why we have the perfect signal
Yeah.
tonight.
And what are you hooked up to tonight?
Just the T-Mobile hotspot.
Really?
Could you bring one of
I'll be
those
darned.
towers with you everywhere we
It's
go?
about what we need, it seems like.
That is why. That
You
answers
can get one
the question.
a truck and you can just crank it up.
Can't get any closer than that.
No, that is. Heck, is that inside the track or is it right on the other side of the barn? I
It
can't
might
tell.
be on the grounds of the fairground.
It's got to be on the
Wow.
grounds of the fairground. It has to be, yes. Because there's a good parking field out there.
Yeah. That's where I'm parked, out there.
I had been last year. I figured it out. Then Matt said, "No, you can park right over
Park
here."
right there.
You
Yeah.
got to get here pretty early, though, or
Yeah.
else it doesn't help much. I mean, they're backed up over to the
Yep.
backstretch now.
Yes. If you like old tractors, a lot of nice old tractors
yeah.
right
Oh,
down
my
there where we're
gosh.
parked.
Yeah.
Big feed. They threw a big feed. The Horsemen over here always throw a big chicken dinner feed. We got
That's
a
really
couple
nice.
chicken dinners waiting for us. Matt had his earlier.
Excellent chicken. It was
Was
very
it?
good, yeah. Compliments of
So we'll
Tony
try it
Hufford.
again. Sea Smoke, Jewel Fame, Bourbon with Fire, Aggie Out, Taylor's 3rd round. Here's Ratcliffe's going to give us a call.
Sponsored by Republic Elevator and Feed, purse $7,305. Top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing on the inside. Sea Smoke, Jewel Fame is up on the outside. Then we have Bourbon with Fire out there in third. Aggiel in fourth. And the trailer is Taylor's third round as they're into the backstretch. And the leader, Jewel's Fame. Over there in second is Sea Smoke. Bourbon with Fire is there in third. In fourth is Aggiel. And the trailer, Taylor's third round, pacing by the opening quarter in 31 seconds. On into the turn they go, and out there with the lead. With them on top, it is Jewel Fame. In their second is Sea Smoke. Bourbon with Fire is looking them over third. Over there fourth is Aggiel with Taylor's third round. Straightening away and pacing down here to the half, and the leader is Jewel Fame. They're in second, Sea Smoke. Here comes Bourbon with Fire. We're hustling up on the outside. Third, now second, and pressing on the leader halfway home in 101 and 3. And Bourbon with Fire, bam, takes the lead as they move into the backstretch. Bourbon with Fire now by 2. Jewel Fame is there in second on the outside. Aggiel. Towards the rail is Sea Smoke. And the distant Taylor's third round as they continue to three quarters. Bourbon with Fire by 2. In their second is Jewel Fame, who's tightening back in. 3 quarters in 1:30 and 2. In and around the final turn, Bourbon with Fire. Stall trying to get her home a winner. Jewel Fame is there in second. Sea Smoke in third with Aggiel top of the stretch on their way home. It's Bourbon with Fire. Jewel Fame pops back to the outside. Bourbon with Fire. Jewel Fame trying to be there. Bourbon with Fire. Jewel Fame late on the scene. Sea Smoke. Bourbon with Fire to win. Jewel Fame, Sea Smoke. 203 and 1.
Big brush here right past the half for Ryan Stahl and Bourbon. With Fire. Susan, as the 2-year-old Bay Philippa catch the Fire out of the Charlie Barley mare. Bourbon and Barley. Paced a mile in 3 and 3 at Oak Harbor. 31, 101 and 3, 130 and 2/5, 203 and 1. She pretty much grabbed the track there when she headed down the backside that final time.
Absolutely. I think he's
Area farmer started the business to provide cultural.
There was a corrected 3/4 time. I didn't hear what it was. 132 maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
132 instead of 130 and 2.
Yeah. Something like that. We'll get it when he gives us the rundown.
I believe Ryan Stahl trains here. I'm not for sure.
He's got a farm now, but he did train here for a long time.
Okay.
He definitely knows his way around this racetrack.
Does that mare sound familiar? Bourbon and Barley. Does that sound familiar? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking of Bourbon.
Hank LeVan has 2 winners, a couple drivers who doubled up tonight. Hank with 2 and Pierce with 2. Pierce Henry with 2.
But, one of the co-owners of Bourbon with Fire is William Hart from Carmel, Maine. I see him on a few horses.
Could be watching tonight from Maine.
In the 8th race, the 3, Bourbon with Fire. Bourbon with Fire is a 2-year-old bay filly by Catch the Fire out of Bourbon and Barley by Charlie Barley. Omai Watson Harness Racing of Tiffin, Ohio. KJ Stuckey of Tiffin, Ohio. W.A. Hart and W.J. Donnelly. Ryan Stahl trains and is the winning driver. Time of the mile, 203 and 1. It's been so long since Ryan's won a race, he forgot where the winner's circle was. Republic Elevator and Feed. One of the horses that eat their feed every day. Standing in the winner's circle right now, Bourbon with Fire. Jewel Fame second, Bourbon with Fire the winner. Black Bikini was scratched, Aggiel fourth, Taylor's third round, fifth. 3, 2, 1, scratch 4, 5, 31, 101 and 3, 132, 203 and 1.
Now that's a good way to make sure the kid gets in the picture. Put him up on your shoulders.
It's a big crowd out there.
Horsemen would like to thank the Seneca County Fair for their winter circle transportation. Upcoming 9th race signature series. 4-year-old and up pace, purse $2,300. Jennifer Main is on the 2. Sam Widger on the 4. Courtney Macon on the 8. Jennifer Main 2, Sam Widger 4, Courtney Macon on 8. Bring them out for the 9th.
Good one. 6 on gate with 2 traders. Going to be pretty crowded out there. 8 of them. Ants marching. A lot of money here. $281,000. 122,000 on Big Daddy Ralph. Jules said right at 100,000. So 4 years and up signature series. The Seneca County Horsemen Memorial Field of 8. And we'll be back to take a look at these 8 pacers right after this.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Signature Series pace coming up. Field of 8. Susan, JB Magic closing in. Needs $300 to get $100,000 on his card. Jennifer Main will drive.
He's already 4 this year.
4-year-old.
I mean, I just think about JB Magic when he was a 2-year-old. He was such an awesome 2-year-old.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, he was good.
Won a toured mile as a 2-year-old, broke track record 2 years ago at Oak Harbor.
Oak Harbor.
Following week went on to win a big mile at Soda Downs in the Buckeye Stallion Series.
Yeah.
Stepping up tonight, he's 4, racing against some good ones. Ants,
Yeah.
Ants marching, as Matt Clark just mentioned, racing the jug. He won a race at Soda Downs the last time they had the breeders or the sire stake there. He won the 100,000. They called that. It's the scarlet and the gray, so he would have won the
gray.
The gray.
Okay.
He won that in 49, I think, that night at Scioto Downs, if I recall.
Well, here he has a 3-year-old. He's got a mark of 49 at Dayton.
At Dayton?
Maybe it was.
So I don't know how they do that. Well, I can remember because I actually called that race that night. I was working with the OHHA, and I called the last 3, the $100,000 races that night. And I remember he won him 49, but and then I see also as a 3-year-old he won at 40. So that's what was in my mind.
Yeah.
Do they? So if he'd won him 49 at Scioto, and then say that would have been in September, this would have been maybe in October, say at Dayton. Do they take the last one then? That's a good question. I don't know that.
That's a really good question. I do not know.
So which one do they put down?
Yeah.
And maybe it could have been 49 and 2 at Scioto.
Yeah.
But that's a good. That's my question. Is if somebody knows that? Say a horse goes in 49 at Scioto in September and goes in 49 then at Dayton. So which is his record?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Same
one
size
do
track.
they put? Same size track.
Same size track.
Which one do they put? And what if he went in 49 also at Northfield?
Right.
That's a half-mile track. So which one would they put? Would they use the half?
I would think they would use the half, but
that's my thinking there too. But both of these being on a 5/8, I don't know which one they would use. So that's a question for somebody.
That's a United States Trotting Association question.
Yes, that is. Somebody that handles the records and things, or who that would be, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure they get all kinds of questions.
Yes, I'm sure they do. Well, and they have come up with new abbreviations, and I saw one in an early race.
Something about off the gate.
Off the gate, yeah. And
the gate,
there's an OG right in front of.
This is pretty much for the bettors to keep them more informed.
Yeah.
The betting public.
But I said to Jay, I thought if you went off gate, that was an X. But now they have an off.
Not talking
off
about
gate,
Jay. I'm sure you're talking about Jay Wolf.
Jay Wolf,
and Jay Wolf would be the one that would probably could come up with this answer. If a horse wins 149 in September, Jay, at Sauda Downs, and comes back in October at Dayton in 149, which one are they going to put on the program as his record?
Yep. That's a good question. Let's see. Most recent mark.
Most recent marks. Which makes sense.
Swartz Renault 4 said most recent mark.
Which makes sense. But I would say, though, you're right, when I came up with 49 also at Northfield, my thinking is it wouldn't be the most recent mark. They would use Northfield, but I might be wrong on that. And the only reason I'm saying that, because a half-mile track, naturally a 5/8 is supposed to be faster.
Yes.
And that would give the better information.
Yes. So we've got 2 more stake races, and then the Signature Series and the Ladies Driving Series. So we still got some great races ahead. 4 left.
I've got some information here on the Ladies Driving Series while we got some time to kill here waiting for the post parade. It was started in 2015 at the Paulding County Fair. And I announced the very first one. I was announcing at Paulding that year. Bill was sick or something, and I filled in. Maria Howard with Straight Comic won it in 156 and 3.
Oh, 156 and 3.
Yes.
That's a big mile at
That's
Paulding.
a big mile.
Well, no, I shouldn't say she won the championship, but Maria Howard did win the very first race held.
Oh, but then that 56 was at Delaware,
probably
where
at
the
Delaware.
final was.
Mandy Jones was a top point winner in 15. Tabitha Kennard. Some of these names are coming back. Mandy Jones in 17 and 18. Jasmine Arnold short now. Mandy Jones again. Heather Willems, Christina Harmon, and Devin Miller. I go to 23.
Tabitha Kennard is now Tabitha DeLong.
Poof Daddy. Remember the name Poof Daddy?
Yes, absolutely.
Krista Harmon.
Remember that.
Mr. Cooley at Jasmine Arnold. That name rings a bell. So the ladies driving event has been around now for 11 or 12 years.
Wow. Looks like we got 6 of them out. A lot of times these are races of geldings, but there's 3 mares in here tonight, so that's nice to see. And we don't usually see lady drivers in the Signature Series.
No, you don't.
Much.
We have what, 2 of them?
2 of them
Courtney
in
Bacon
tonight,
and Jennifer Main.
Yeah.
And we used to race the boys against the girls in the Colt Stakes all through Ohio till probably it was very late 70s or very, very early 80s.
Where they switched?
Is the partial still mixed?
No, they kind of separate. There's enough now they can separate.
They have enough.
I think Skip Hoovler and Dr. Clyde Field were the ones that got the boys and girls switched. They used to have a Scarlet series at the fairs too. They have 2. They'd have your Scarlet being your better horses for Colt Stakes. And then they just had your regular at one time. Here's post parade with theirs.
Race number 9, Signature Series. Seneca County Horsemen Memorial Pace, purse $2,300. 1 Ants Marching with Alex Hawk. 2 JB Magic, driver change Jennifer Main. 3 Suddenly Special with Kevin Wolf. The 4, Jules Said, Sam Widger. 5 is Spartan Hill, Mark St. Louis Jr. 6 is Sweetens Cove, Pierce Henry. 7, Frisky Mary, Rod Allums Jr. 8, Big Daddy Ralph, Courtney Macon in the sulky. That's the field for the 9th race.
Okay, let's take a look at these horses. Ants Marching, as Matt remembered, raced in the Little Brown Jug one year. Alex Hawk will drive for Philip Groves, who trains and owns. This is a 6-year-old down by the seaside. 103 lifetime starts, 13 wins, $281,000. I believe that makes him the richest horse in the race. That's a 3-year-old mark of 149 at Dayton.
Number 2, JB Magic, just shy of $100,000, $280, roughly shy of $100,000 career. Although Robert Geist of Salina, I'm sure they're watching. Bob and Christy, they didn't make the trip tonight. 4-year-old Gray Gold, Son of Fear the Dragon, out of the artificial mare, Type A Gray. 16 career wins, $99,729, 52-4. It started down as a 2-year-old.
Suddenly Special, Kevin Wolf up. Kevin also trains for Wolf Racing Stables, just a 4-year-old by Western Vintage. 49 lifetime starts, 5 wins, $36,000 plus, almost $37 in earnings. The mark is a 2-year-old, 58-2 at Richwood.
Sam Widger will drive number 4. Jules Said for Ed Conrad. Ed also owns. He's of Tiffin. 4-year-old Bay Mare, but well said out of the Liz Barra mare. Quebec Jewel. Winner 13 times, 64 career starts, 8 wins, 8 seconds. 13 wins, 8 seconds, 8 thirds. $95,401. 4-year-old Mark, 153-1 at Miami Valley.
Spartan Hill from the 5-hole make the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. for Steve Novak and Gerald Migel. This is a 4-year-old gelding by Racing Hill. 48 lifetime starts, 12 wins, $60,000, almost $61,000 in earnings. A mark is a 2-year-old at 155-3 at Northfield Park.
Pierce Henry will drive number 6, Sweetens Cove for Robert Brooks. Pierce looking for his 3rd driving win of the evening. 4-year-old Bay Mare by the Ponderosa out of the Red River Hanover mare. Cody, Curtis Schaup, and Rebecca Lynn Nichols of Attica own. $78,342. Miami Valley, 154-1 is a 4-year-old for the 6, Sweetens Cove.
Rod Allums drives the 7 from the 2nd tier. Frisky Mary. Jamie Weller trains. Janie Weller, the owner, a 4-year-old mare by Do Me That Again. Just 26 lifetime starts, 3 wins. Has 1 start this year, and that 1 win was at the Signature Series in Oak Harbor. Has a mark as a 3-year-old of 56-2.
And rounding out the field, it's a 2nd-tier start for number 8, Big Daddy Ralph. Courtney Macon owns, trains, and drives. 7-year-old Big Gold Son of Rockin' Amadeus out of the Blissful Hall mare. Crystal Daddy's Girl, 9 times a winner in 143 starts. 18 seconds, 22 thirds, $121,829. 153-1 at Dayton as a 5-year-old 2 seasons ago. Top money winners from post 1 and post 8.
You say Sweetens Cove with Pierce Henry does like to leave, but I don't know if you can leave from the 6-hole with 2 trailers. That's going to be a little bit tough.
Should be a good one. Ants marching off the rail. Raced at Courthouse. I can remember JB Magic at Oak Harbor looking for racing room, begging for room, finished 6th. Just couldn't get through. They was all right there at Oak Harbor.
JB Magic, such a pretty gray horse, too. Really striking looking out there.
He can really fire off the gate, too. It's going to be interesting to see how this lines up.
A lot of these older horses do like to leave.
Bob Geist, as we mentioned, part owner, or is the owner of JB Magic. was instrumental in the Signature Series when it started.
That's right.
Boy, it's been around probably longer than you think.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 15 years. Probably not too far off.
And I believe that we're up to 36 fairs now that host Signature Series, which is a lot.
And are they awarded then at the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association? Is that where that award's passed out? Or
No, I think it's at the OCRA.
OCRA does that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not ideal for Sam Widger or his arms. He's got that horse on the outside of the track. He had it in the infield.
Had it in.
Yeah.
I thought it Scioto Downs.
Yeah.
Sam does that at Scioto Downs. That's what I was thinking when he was out there earlier.
This thing must be a handful.
Is he off the track now?
He is, yeah, because the
track
three went off for a little more equipment adjustment, and Sam's like, "Come on, guys, we got to get this thing going."
We were talking about that at Bucyrus, how they go in the infield now, and you see that so much at Scioto. I notice it there. There'll be half the field will be in the infield walking around.
Sam Widger's one there, and Brett Miller. I think those two like to do it at Scioto. Just let them relax.
Yeah.
And what I know, and I've talked to Chris Page doing interviews with him, as soon as he post-parades, he likes to turn and get that horse out by itself and let it relax. They've all got their own little niche, what they do.
I always like Chris Page because if the horse is behaving itself, he walks down way on the outside fence and he talks to all the kids that are there. You know, he just, which is a big deal for kids.
It is pretty cool how close you can get to the action at Scioto Downs.
Yeah.
Right up.
I remember my grandson Wesley, he used to yell at Chris, and he'd say, "You got this, Chris." And after that race, Chris turned around and he says, "I love that kid. I'm like 99 to 1. I don't have a shot." And he's telling me, "You got this, Chris." Well, they just turned the lights on in the grandstand. Oh, and are on the track. Did that just happen?
I think so.
Horse in this race that won the first race at the Paulding County Fair and then won the fair championship race at Northfield. Do you know who that is?
Let me guess. Sweetens Cove or Jules Said?
I'm guessing JB Magic.
Now, what was the question again?
That he won the first race
Top
at
of the
Paulding?
stretch for the 9th race, and here they come.
What?
They're off and pacing, and it is Jules Said looking for the lead. Ants Marching is along the inside. Outside then for a Spartan Hill. As they move around the turn, Frisky Mary is there in 4th. Looking them over in early 5th is JB Magic. Then we have Suddenly Special with Sweetens Cove, and Big Daddy Ralph didn't want to leave you stall as they go to the opening quarter. Out there with the lead, it is Jules Said. Jules Said gets them there, 29 seconds flat. Ants Marching is there in 2nd as they move around the turn. Then over there in 3rd is a Spartan Hill. 4th is Frisky Mary as they come down here to the half. Looking to the outside, JB Magic. Then it's Suddenly Special with Sweetens Cove, and Big Daddy Ralph is the trailer. Pacing here by the half. That leader is still Jules Said. Ants Marching 2nd. Halfway home in 58 and 2. On the outside, Frisky Mary's Pretty in Pink in 3rd. In there to be 4th comes JB Magic, who's up in the cover flow. 5th at the wood is a Spartan Hill. On the outside, Sweetens Cove with Suddenly Special and Big Daddy Ralph. As they continue on to 3/4, Jules Said with the lead. On the outside, Frisky Mary, 3 wide, JB Magic, 128 and 4. Ants Marching needs racing room. Also looking for daylight, Spartan Hill, moving around the turn to the top of the stretch. Jules Said with the lead. Frisky Mary, 3 wide still is JB Magic, trying to come on in between them is a Spartan Hill, looking for room. Ants Marching. It's Jules Said. Ants Marching pops to the outside. Jules Said holds on. Ants Marching second. Spartan Hill is third. 157 and 2.
57 and 2. Jules Said. Sam Widger, gate to wire, hung on. Ants Marching each and every stride coming at him, but couldn't reach. 29, 58 and 2. 128 and 4. Back half and 59. The mile 157 and 2. Jules Said, 4th of the season. Ed Conrad, 4-year-old bay mare, but Well Said out of the Liz Morrow mare. Ken Beck, Jewel. Sam Widger gets his second winning drive of the evening.
You look at the last 6 lines on Jules Said, the slowest this horse has gone is 53 and 2.
Been racing at Scioto Downs and non-winners of 6. Some tough company there. That was Miles going at 51, 52.
I mean, my gosh, that's...
Had some bad luck last 2 starts, 6-9 post position against that kind of horses. Drew Inside did finish 4th and 3rd, ends 4th and 2/3, so tough old horse.
Sam's been driving that horse at Scioto, so I think he knows this horse pretty well.
Jules Said pushing 100,000 in the start or so. We'll get there.
It was an exciting race for the crowd.
Yes, it was. They were all right there.
Into it, yep. We're losing a few, but we still have a really nice crowd in this. It's a very pleasant night to sit here in the grandstand too.
Since the sun went away, it is very pleasant.
So the horse that won the first race at Paulding and then the Fair Championship is the 4, Jules Said.
Jules Said, okay. Yep, she was very nice. 3-year-old. She's made probably 97,000 now. This win, her 14th career win. As we mentioned, Sam Widger gets his second winning drive of the evening. He joins Hank Levan with 2 and Pierce Henry with 2.
Winning the 9th race, it is the 4, Jules Said, a 4-year-old bay mare by Well Said. Out of Canback Jewel by Liz Mera. Amayed Conrad, who also trains Sam Widger, the winning driver. Time of the mile 157 and 2. This one sponsored by Seneca County Horsemen Memorial Pace. Ants Marching was second, JB Magic 6th, Suddenly Special 5th. Jules Said was the winner. Spartan Hill 3rd. Sweetens Cove 7th, Frisky Mary 4th, Big Daddy Ralph was 8th. 2, 6, 5, 1, 3, 7, 4, 8, 29, 58 and 2, 128 and 4, 157 and 2.
I guess Jules Said can be a little bit of a smart aleck.
That overcheck just flopping around, that's dangerous. Getting hit with those hurts
That
so bad.
Or the head numbers. Remember the head numbers hadn't been around now in about 5 years.
But yeah, first thing you got to do is hook that overcheck up to something.
Yes.
That is painful.
Thanks in 2 minutes.
So the 10th race coming up, the 2-year-old colt trot. Sponsored by the Horsemen of Barn 6. Wonder which barn is Barn 6. 5 in it, no changes that we know of, so we're going to take a short break and then be back to look at these 2-year-old colt trotters.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at OHHA.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
Hey kids, we invite you to join the Backstretch Buddies Club, a fun and free club for kids 12 and under who love horses and wants to be a part of harness racing in Ohio. Once you've signed up, you will be able to join Willie Winnett and exciting adventures and receive awesome surprises. Sign up today using the QR code.
We are back, Tiffin, Ohio, on a Sunday evening. Big thank you to some of our sponsors: Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, Power Play Farm, Hickory Lane Farm, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farm, thestable.ca, Hickory Lane Farm, and the Breeders' Crown, to be held on October 23rd and 24th at Scioto Downs. We're back at it tomorrow night. Matt and I will be here with 10 races. Post time at 6, Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. Susan, tell us where you're going to be.
I am going to Mount Vernon. Okay, I think we have a 1 o'clock and a 6 o'clock post
Knox
there.
County Fair.
Knox County
And that
Fair.
is hometown at Colt State.
Yes.
You've done that one before, Susan? I really like that fairground.
It's
That's
real
such a
pretty.
real nice scenery backdrop.
Yeah, you kind of look down to the track. The grandstand's up. The barns are up. If I remember right. If I'm thinking of the right one.
There's a big pond kind of on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Looking for Herman Hagerman and Manny Miller to have a big day tomorrow. That's where they're stabled at, and they're
Herman
pretty
Hagerman,
hot already.
Yes. Herman Hagerman and Manny Miller teamed up this year. Herman Hagerman, one of our top trainers.
Yeah.
Probably in number 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
Yep.
I think Nysonger and Levan leading the way. Herman Hagerman's hometown, correct? Or that's where he trains.
Yeah.
You just mentioned.
Yep.
Manny Miller broke loose. I think he had like 6 winners at Bell Fountain, where he started to get a lot of wins this year. What number? What would this be? I see Roger or somebody posted the driver standings to 12 fairs. Is that right already? So this week we'll probably have another 5 fairs. We'll be 17.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got, so on Monday we've got Marysville at 5, Tiffin here at 6, Mount Vernon at 1, and then Mount Vernon again at 6. Tuesday is Marysville at 11 a.m., Sydney at 5 p.m., Painesville at noon. And then Wednesday we have Sydney at 5 p.m. Then we have a few days. Thursday, Friday, there are no fairs, no fair racing Thursday and Friday. So get ready for the Summit County Fair at Northfield.
Yeah. And then I know I'll be calling races at Eaton.
Eaton.
Who's the OHHA crew that's there? You got
looks like Jason Moore and Jasmine Short at Eaton.
Jason Moore.
Jeremy's brother.
Okay.
Jeremy, yeah.
Okay. Did a very nice job. Did a very, very nice job the other day at, went solo actually. Well, he had some help. It was Judge Lowe's daughter, I guess, stepped on there with him some.
Oh, that was, I didn't get to hear that.
She did a very nice job.
I thought so too. Athena Lowe. I thought she did a real good job.
And then Matt has to leave Northfield, drive over to Bowling Green, Get there just in time to set everything up.
Yep, I did talk to the tote guys today.
Did you?
Making sure they're all geared up for it, so
Okay.
we can get our feed of the odds. That's one of the fairs that we take a couple TVs to if no one's ever been there, that we don't put they can't put a tote board in the infield. I guess they've burned up several of them there. There's something with the electric there, so they can't do it now.
I've never been there, but is it still big for tractor pulls?
Oh, yeah. Yep. And that's where I put the second camera up on the metal stands in the middle of the infield, because if not, you'd have no idea what's going on in the.
So
that
you
actually Bill announces from up there.
Yeah. Now, how do you operate that camera?
I have a guy that's going to go stand up there.
Oh, okay.
It's usually pretty hot.
Yeah.
All metal stands.
Okay.
And it has got to be, what, 30 rows up at, no, further than that even.
Oh, really?
They're huge stands.
So you can watch them go down the backside then. Pretty good picture of them then, probably.
Yep.
And you can just flip that from you to the stretch view then?
Yep.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, it's pretty slick, really. So the two big TVs in the grandstand, so people can watch it and see it right there. Because otherwise, you're sitting in the grandstand, you see him leaving, and you see him coming,
okay.
and that's it. So it's
never been
nice.
there, but I've heard a lot about it.
It's a nice fair. Steve Bateson usually joins me on the broadcast, and he's, of course, a wealth of knowledge. So it's always nice. Yeah, I do believe like Thursday and Friday are our last days with no fairs for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then August hits, and boy, it is busy.
Yeah. And then we still got Buckeye Stallion Series and Ohio Sire Stakes going all that time too, and then the Buckeye Claiming Series. So there's a lot going on, lots to keep track. Doesn't get any better than summer in Ohio, does it?
Here are the horses on the track for the 10th race. 2-year-old colt trot, sponsored by Seneca County Horsemen. Purse $4,870. 1 Going Steady, Clifton Bell. 2 Passing By, Chad Williamson. 3 Combat Buddy, Pierce Henry. 4 What a Gypsy, Rosie Weaver. And the 5, Coach Abu, Jay Weller, in the sulky. That's the field for the 10th race. No change, race 10. This one's...
Okay, let's look at the horses in this 10th race. Going Steady in Clifton Bell from the rail for trainer Chris Beaver. Chris also co-owns this horse along with Jim Burnett and Tim Homan. This is a Volstead out of a Triumphant Caviar mare, Ozma. So winner 2 starts back at Oak Harbor in 2, 8, and 1. Then was in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Did not get a check, but did trot in 2 minutes flat at Scioto, coming last quarter, 29 and 4.
Chad Williamson trains and drives. Number 2 Passing By for Claude Estel of Oakwood. $12,000 Ohio Select purchased last fall. 5 starts, a win, a second, and a third. $6,219. 214 and 2 at Bell Fountain.
Pierce Henry trains and drives the 3 Combat Buddy. This is a creatine out of a bar hopping mare owned by Jeffrey Batt of Defiance, Ohio. He's had 4 starts this year, 1 win, 1 second, 1 third, and 1 fourth. That win was at Ottawa in 2, 7, and 1.
Number 4, What a Gypsy. Rosie Weaver trains and drives. 2-year-old bay go to Son of Wat the Hill out of the Chapter 7 mare Gypsy win. Owned by Rosie Weaver, Beach City, Gabby D. of Hudson, Ohio, D.W. Jerry Bucyrus, and J.C. Stan of Bloomfield, Ohio. 4 starts on the season for the $42,000 Ohio Select purchase. Has 1/3, $1,096 in the bank. 2's back, finished 3rd. Trotted an 18 and 1 at Cortland.
Coach Abu and Jay Weller from the 5-hole. Jay is also the trainer and co-owns, along with Louise Weller, a Coach K. Hanover out of a Triumphant Caviar mare, Joyful and Triumphant. This horse has had 2 starts, Marion and Ottawa. Made breaks in both those starts and was scratch injured last start.
Field of 5, Going Steady, Passing By, Combat Buddy, What a Gypsy, and Coach Abu for $4,870. 1, 2, and 3 have a win this year. The 4 and the 5, Wada Gypsy and Coach Abu looking for that first win. We mentioned the highest price. Yearling, $42,000 for the 4, Wada Gypsy, bred by Spring Haven Farm. Mike Wepkenberg has called him in.
Two races after this one. It is getting a little dark.
Yes, it is.
But they do have pretty good lights here.
Up next is Spring Haven Farm Lady Driving Series.
10th race. 2-year-old colt trotter sponsored by Seneca County Horsemen. Field of 5 move around the turn to the top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off into trotting. Coach Abu is on a break, looking for the lead, going steady. On the outside, Combat Buddy losing stride. What a Gypsy as they move on into the backstretch. So going steady goes out there to the lead. Combat Buddy is there in second, passing by is third. Then we have What a Gypsy and Coach Abu as they continue on up the backstretch for the first time. And out there with the lead, it is Going Steady. Going Steady's out there by a length and a half. In their second is Combat Buddy, 32 and 2. Passing by is in third. Over their fourth is What a Gypsy. Coach Abu off stride again as they move around the turn. And the leader is Clifton Bell and Going Steady. In their second, Combat Buddy. Then we have passing by. Off stride again is What a Gypsy and Coach Abu. They come down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, being led by Going Steady. Going Steady leads them right there. Nose to helmet is a Combat Buddy. Halfway home in 104 and 4. In their third, passing by. Then it is What a Gypsy and Coach Abu, who's off stride again as they move around the turn to straighten up into the backstretch. And the leader, Going Steady. In their second, Combat Buddy, passing by third. What a Gypsy and Coach Abu. To 3/4 they go, and it's Going Steady, the leader. In their second, Combat Buddy. 3/4 and 137. Moving around the final turn, Going Steady leads the way. Combat Buddy is looking to the outside for Pierce Henry. They come to the top of the stretch. Going Steady. Combat Buddy is on the outside. Going Steady on the inside. Combat Buddy on the outside. They're going at it like Donald Trump and CNN. Coming down to the wire. Outside, Combat Buddy will win. Going Steady is their second. Passing by is third. 206 and 2.
Yes. Yeah, he kind of took the outside route there. He went way out around that last turn.
206 and 2, Combat Buddy. Jeffrey Batt at Defiance, 2-year-old Bay Go to Son of Creatine out of the Bar Hopping Mare. Stara, Pierce Henry. Gets his third winning drive. He is the leading driver now at the Seneca County Fair.
Dave Myrick said he raced with Jay Weller for forever. How old is he? And Jay is 71.
Emptying the grandstand.
Yeah, a lot of people going out.
Photographers like that when they see that many people coming. I know Brad Conrad does.
Absolutely. The more people, the more pictures.
No, I'm fine. Yep, I'm fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nope, they brought us chicken dinner over.
Yep.
from over there. Nope, thank you. Ty had a nice one. Yeah.
Into the winner's circle after winning the 10th race, it is the 3 Combat Buddy. 2-year-old bay-gutted son of Creatine. Edivis Sarah by Bar Hopping, owned by Jeffrey Batt of Defiance. Pierce Henry trains. Pierce Henry, the winning driver, time of the mile 2:06 and 2.
Very nice looking colt.
Yeah, big 2-year-old.
Yeah. I know trotting hobbles are necessary, but boy, they look pretty without them.
I remember, I don't know how many years ago, it's been 25, they started to put them on or whatever. Oh, boy, these old-timers say, well, they're going to fall down, they're going to fall down.
Yeah, they're...
Remember the toe weights?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not around in the barn area that much, hands-on. Is there toe weights out there yet, do you think?
I don't see very many horses with them on.
Not like you used to. Every once in a while we'll see some in Freshman Focus. You know, like I think Rosie still uses them. And
What a Gypsy 4th, Coachaboo 5th, 2-3-1-4-5 on the bottom, 32 and 2. 104 and 4, 137, 206 and 2. In the 11th race, race 11 is our Spring Haven Farm Lady Driving Series, sponsored by Joe and Fran Darmafall. Put Heather Willems on the 3. All lady drivers for the upcoming 11th race. These ladies go all over the state of Ohio, driving to gain points for the final to race on the week of the Little Brown Jug at the Delaware County Fair. So good luck to all the ladies competing in the upcoming 11th race, the Spring Haven Farm Lady Driving Series.
Well,
you talk about toe weights. I was cleaning out my garage the other day and I found a big jug full of them.
Really?
And I mean, I'm not going to ever use them again. I've carried those around with me all over the country, and I still have them. So if anybody needs toe weights out there, I got various sizes. Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series coming up. This will be our penultimate race. 6 in it, 1 change that we know about. The 3-horse Heather Willems will drive. So let's take a short break and be back and talk about the ladies and their horses.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Use code FAIR26 and receive $10 off your next order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Okay, we are back for race number 11, Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series. Joe and Fran Darmafall, the sponsors of the race, and they also give $100 to the winning driver, so that's really nice. And a trophy. Oh, now wait a minute. Down here it says including the trophy and $200 to the winning driver,
well,
so not sure.
When I saw the 100 at the top, I know at Oak Harbor they gave 200, so
200.
I wondered that.
Very nice of the Darmafalls.
Whatever it is, it's great for what they do.
Yeah.
And they were honored last year by the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association.
Yes, we have, it's called the Dick Brandt award is for somebody that does exceptional things for a fair. And Joe and Fran Darmafal, very worthy recipients. And there is a cash prize that is given, and if the prize is given to individuals, then it goes to the charity of their choice. And I'm trying to remember what their charity was, but so kind of cool. I mean, they help the fair, so they got a prize, and then they help somebody else with that. So very kind-hearted people. Moon's kind of orange.
Yeah, I tried to get it in the camera shot here. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how old the Dharma Falls are, but they never stop moving. I was talking to Joe earlier. They were at the Mud Hens on Tuesday.
Really?
So like when they're not at a fair, then Bucyrus Wednesday, Thursday. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean they just.
I know he don't like to. He wasn't going to Hilliard. Hank was. He just don't like the Columbus traffic.
Yeah.
No, they
don't blame
get
them
around.
there.
They get around.
I probably shouldn't say, but I'm guessing late 60s, early 70s.
That would be my guess.
That would be. We could ask Joe. We don't want to ask Fran. And she's coming out with these really cute little hats now. She had on a blue outfit at Bucyrus with the cute blue hat that matched.
I saw that. Yeah. She had that at Oak Harbor.
Did she? Yeah, that's really cute.
All right, we've got some more T-shirts. Who wants a T-shirt? Right down here.
More T-shirts. Oh boy.
She doesn't have the best baby. Heads up. Heads up.
They must have some left from last year because their green ones are tossing.
Yeah.
This year's blue.
Yeah, they've got quite a few they're shooting out there. They got a basket full.
Val wouldn't mind me having a blue one. I wear that green one all the time. I think she's sick of it. She gotta be.
Speaking of T-shirts, we got, if you come to Northfield on the 8th for our Ohio Sire Stakes 50th reunion, we've got some really cool T-shirts to give out that night. You have to answer a trivia question about the Sire Stakes, but get a chance to win a T-shirt. For those of you who come to Delaware, and a lot of people, we give out a lot of T-shirts at Delaware. We've got some that are like the 250th anniversary kind of T-shirts. Oh.
Knock the sunglasses off somebody's head.
Talking about Delaware and the tent. Is it just Thursday morning you have the big rolls?
Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday. Boy, they're in line for the rolls.
Oh, gosh.
I have a buddy that helped me out down there. Was like 3 or 4 years ago now. He's still, every time he sees me, he talks about those rolls, the cinnamon rolls.
The cinnamon rolls,
They come from down, they come from
the Hamburger Inn.
Hamburger Inn, yeah, Hamburger Inn.
Yep.
I've ate there one time, Hamburger Inn.
We go through a lot of donuts Jug Week. I mean, I'm trying to think of how many. And coffee.
Gallons of coffee.
Gallons, yeah. I mean, we make it in those big pots, and I can't even imagine how many gallons of coffee. But donuts, I do know. I did write it down, but I can't remember right now. I mean, on Thursday we go through.
And a lot of people, they say at times the tent is packed watching the races, watching our broadcast from there.
Yeah. Oh, we have cold water and snacks all day. So
anything special for Delaware? Any kind of camera things, or
we're gonna hope? I hope so. We'll see what we can get.
And that's the call to post for the 11th race, Springhaven Farm Lady Driving Series, presented by Joe and Fran Darmafal. That includes a trophy and $200 bonus to the winning driver. 1, 2 birds, 1 stone, Jennifer Main. 2, she caught the Katie, Leslie Joyce in the bike. 3, Gots to Pay Me in Paper, make the driver Heather Willems. 4, JR on the beach, Janie Weller and Zup. 5, Deciding Factor, Christina Johnson. And the 6th last bet, Stacy Curry, is in the sulky. That's the field for the 11th race, Springhaven Farm Lady Driving Pace. Joe and Fran Darmafall have been graciously supporting harness racing programs for many years. They have a fondness for the ladies pacing series and show their support by providing funding for the purse of this race and a special bonus to the winning lady driver. You will find Joe and Fran frequenting the Northwest Ohio fairs as well as parimutuel racetracks. The Darmafalls have also supported Matt Richards, your grandstand singing entertainment for the racing program. The Seneca County Horsemen are thankful for the Darmafalls' generous support to the racing program here.
I don't think that was Janie Weller on the 4.
I don't think so
We
either.
can get up close. Well, we'll take a look at these. Jennifer Main drives the 1, 2 birds, 1 stone, trained by Steve Main, owned by Putnam County LLC. This is a 6-year-old gelding by Black Daniels, has had 94 lifetime starts, 35 wins, $358,000 in earnings, a mark as a 5-year-old, a 153 at Hastings.
Leslie Joyce, the 2. She caught the Katie. Tyler Tinch trains. Shirley Robinson owns. 216,000 lifetime. Winner 27 times. 151-3 at Hoosier Park as a 5-year-old.
Got to Stop Me and Pay. Robert Brooks trains. Heather Willems gets the call. This is just a 4-year-old mare by Bit of a Legend and Thomas Little owns. 73 lifetime starts, almost 62,000 in earnings, and he marked this year as a 4-year-old 156-3.
Jamie Willer, the 4. JR on the Beach. 62,000 lifetime. 153-3 at Dayton as a 4-year-old.
Deciding factor, Christina Johnson for Larry Foos, a mark of 54-2 at Northfield.
6 last bet. Stacy Curry trains, drives, and owns. 192,000, 151-2 as a 5-year-old at Northfield Park. Let's send it over to Ayers Ratcliffe to give us a call.
Purse $1,040, and here they come. They're off into pacing. She caught the Katie, tries for the lead. Along the inside, 2 birds, 1 stone. Then we have Gots to Pay Me and Paper. As they move around the turn, JR on the Beach in 4th. Over there, 5th is Deciding Factor. Last Bet trails, moving on up the backstretch, and the leader is 2 birds, 1 stone. In their second, Gots to Pay Me and Paper. Then we have She Caught the Katie, who took back, dropped in 3rd. JR on the Beach is there in 4th. Look at him over 5th is Deciding Factor with Last Bet. The lady drivers clocked the opening quarter 28 2/5. Into the turn they go. 2 birds, 1 stone. Jennifer Main. Gots to Pay Me and Paper, and Heather Willems right there in 2nd. Leslie Joyce, She Caught the Katie is there in 3rd. Then in there to be 4th as they drive down here to the half. Christina Johnson and Deciding Factor is trying to wing ding up on the outside. Then it's Janie Weller and JR on the Beach halfway home, 57-4. The trailer is Stacy Curry and Last Bet. Around the turn, they'll move on into the back stretch. 2 birds, 1 stone by 2. They're in 2nd, Gots to Pay Me and Paper. Moving up on the outside is Deciding Factor. Next is She Caught the Katie, trying to move from the trailing spot. Last Bet, they continue to 3/4. 2 birds, 1 stone, trying to see it through. Leading them out there by 4. 3/4, 127-3. They'll pace the turn, they'll head for home. And Jennifer Main, she leads the way with 2 birds, 1 stone. Christina Johnson in hot pursuit with Deciding Factor. They're at the top of the stretch and a drive for the wire. 2 birds, 1 stone has them here. 2 birds, 1 stone, and Jennifer Main from start to finish. Deciding Factor finishing 2nd. Tight for 3rd. 156 3/5.
156-3. 2 birds, 1 stone. Gate to wire. Jennifer Main, 28-2, 57-4, 127-3, home in 156-3.
Just went right to the top and just stayed right there. Like Christina Johnson and Deciding Factor kind of took a run at her, but it was...
Last flash I saw over there, 25 on the board, so that's a $50, $2 win ticket, roughly. if I looked at it right.
I could not tell the third, fourth, and fifth.
No,
were kind
it
of
was
all
very
right
tight.
there.
Christina Johnson, who finished second with Deciding Factor, I believe will be going to Ireland this year when Roger Houston goes over there to drive Ireland over there. They have a ladies' race over there. That will be coming up probably in a couple weeks. Mid-August, August 10th, 11th, something like that.
One Stone, a 6-year-old brown-gutted son. Black Daniels out of Sheeby Jeebies by He's All That. On my Putnam County LLC, Steve Main trains. Jennifer Main, the winning driver, time of the mile 1:56.3. Joe and Fran Darmafall, sponsors of the race, and much to do with the Lady Driving Series. Down to congratulate the winner, Jennifer Main.
I think they're going to have to sort out who was third, fourth,
that
and
was
fifth.
very tight, yes. Rough. I marked on mine fourth. She caught the Katie, the 2 for fourth. I had the 3. Got to pay me and PayPal third. Had to see. Photo finish sign is up. Got a picture
Mark
of that,
Schreiner,
Matt.
Mr. Mark Schreiner.
The photo finish at I think Larry.
That's cute.
Does that for the photo group. We've had 3 or 4 where they wanted to see a finished print tonight.
Yeah.
Not so much for the win position, but seems like third and fourth
For
position.
the others, yes. One more race coming up. The 3-year-old colt Pace is our 12th race. We've got 1 horse scratch, so we're scratched down to a field of 5. Cherry Fireball.
Got the Katie 4th, got to pay me and Papa 3rd. JR on the Beach 5th, Deciding Factor 2nd, Last Bet 6th. 1, 4, 3, 5, 2, 6 on the bottom, 28 and 2, 57 and 4, 127 and 3, 156 and 3. Bring them on the track.
Okay, so the 12th race coming out is the 3-year-old colt Pace, the other division. As we said, we scratched the 4, Cherry Fireball, sick, and the 5, Fire in the Rain, will be driven by Rod Allen. So we're going to take our last break, and then we'll be back to talk about the 3-year-old colt Pacers.
Feel the thunder, experience the speed, witness the excitement of Ohio harness racing. Ohio is home to 4 pari-mutuel tracks with exciting action at Northfield Park, Scioto Downs, Miami Valley Gaming and Racing, and Dayton Raceway. Plus racing at 66 county and independent fairs statewide. From legendary events like the Little Brown Jug to the Dayton Racing Derby, Battle of Lake Erie, and Next Generation Stakes, Ohio is where champions race. The speed, the tradition, the excitement. Don't just watch it, be a part of it. Race Ohio, it's your best bet.
Yeah, let them know how it. We are back final race of the night. But don't remember, we'll be back here tomorrow night. Also,
You won't be.
I won't be.
You'll be how many mile away?
Yeah, you
100
guys will
mile
be.
away. Knox County, double header. So
yeah.
you've got double duty tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then, you got to go to Northfield Park,
Painesville.
Painesville.
Yeah, which is even further.
Even further. And that is the summit. Is that they call that the?
No, Painesville's Painesville.
Painesville's
Painesville. Lake County Fair.
Okay.
The Summit County Fair is the one.
Is at Northfield.
That's at
And
Northfield.
when is that?
That is the 1st.
1st of
So
August.
That's Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. And I will be back here tomorrow night with Matt. We have 10 of them tomorrow night. Post time at 6. Ashley Daly will be at Marysville. Union County Fair at 5 tomorrow evening with 9. They'll be back. She'll be back there Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then she will get in the car and head to Sydney, Ohio. 16 of them, her and Michael Langer. Am I correct, that opening night?
Let's see. It's Sydney, Ashley, and Sam.
Samantha.
Sam Mayhew. Yeah, lots.
And then is
Lots of
Jeremy
fairs.
Moore going to be there one night?
I believe so. I think he's going to be at Sydney Wednesday night.
Okay, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Maybe let him call a few races. He's doing a very good job.
Yeah.
He was on his own all weekend at
Piketon.
Piketon.
Was
Did
he?
a very, very good job. He can describe that race. I mean, he did an excellent job.
It's that's something that everybody has to think about.
Yes.
For announcers, starters, judges, timers, clerks, charters, everything. We need more people to do that kind of stuff. We do have a pretty good amount of younger people, I think, that are moving up to do that. But
yeah, I think Jeremy's going to step in. And,
Mhm.
I got a number. I'm 73 years old. I got, I did an interview one time this winter, and they asked me how many more years you got in you to do this. And I said, I got a saying that a lot of announcers use at a certain part of the race. When they're at the top of the stretch, I say they're at the top of the stretch and they're on their way home. Well, as an announcer, I feel I'm at the top of the stretch and I'm on my way home. But I don't think I've hit the finish line yet.
No.
Hopefully another 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
You'll know when to get out.
Yeah.
But we got Bill Peters over there, 80 years old.
Yeah.
67 years he's been doing this. 67 years. I have 57 years. Roger Houston, 67. It's unreal.
Yeah, it is.
And they both love their work, Bill and Roger.
Yeah.
Ayers has probably got 25, would be my guess.
I mean, Kenny Livingood's kind of the young guy in the bunch. He's
He's doing some fairs.
Yeah.
He's going to do Ashland this year, I know, for Roger. And I think he does a few fairs in the Cleveland area. Yeah, I forgot about Kenny.
Yeah. He's probably our youngest guy in Ohio that
Kenny
announces.
just got married probably in his late 20s, 25, 6, 7 probably, would guess.
I think we're awful lucky to have got him at Northfield Park. He is excellent. And
Very,
that's
very,
a tough
very
job.
good announcer. Yes.
Late nights. And
Yeah.
Would not be for me, night in and night out. You do get somewhat of a break there. You go 2 nights, you might get 2 nights off, but you're tied up. You're tied up so much when you're at a track like that.
We always talk about it's a hard life being a horseman, but all the stuff that goes along with it too.
Oh, yes.
Like the judges, the announcers, they all have to have that same kind of schedule. Just that they don't have to put the horses away when they get home.
Exactly. Yeah, I had my I had 4, 5, 6 Scioto twice back in the 80s, I think, at Raceway Park in 74. Freehold, Batavia Downs, maybe those are my offers. No interest.
No interest, no?
No, really, not really.
Huh.
No. I'm glad I chose, the career I chose, doing this in the summer. Now it's a full-time job.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Okay, I see 4 horses out. We should have one more, and then we'll be ready to post parade our finale.
Let's give Fake Horsemen a nice round of applause. They've been doing our bugle calls all night long. 3-year-old Colt Pacers purse $4,872. Sponsored by Financial Design Investment. Scratch the 4. Rod Adams Jr. on 5. 1, Rock on Beach, Sam Widger. 2, Lather Rock, Mark St. Louis Jr. 3, Willow Dale, Pierce Henry. 4 is out. 5, Fire in the Rain, driver Rod Adams Jr. And the 6, Big Chance, Clifton Bell in the sulky. That's the field for the 12th race, sponsored by Financial Design Investments. Weston Rheingold has worked since 2011, growing the firm's retirement plan business with corporations, nonprofit organizations, foundations, charitable groups, and individual investors.
Okay, let's take a close look at the horses in this 12th race. Rock on Beach, Sam Widger drives for Rosie Weaver. Rosie, Heartland Acres, Beachy, and Wilson, the owners. A Down by the Seaside out of a Big Jim mare, Big Liz. Winner last start out at Bucyrus with Sam in the bike. Won that race by 5 3/4 lengths, 159-1.
Mark St. Louis Jr., the 2, Lather Up for Stacy Curry. 3-year-old Big Oda, son of Lather Up, out of the Rock and Roll Hanover mare. 2 wins in 20 starts, 28,153-1 at Sauda Downs.
Willow Dale and Pierce Henry from the 3-hole for trainer Robert Brooks and owner Curtis Shoup. A Western Vintage out of a Feelin' Frisky mare, Carly Sue. Second last time out at Oak Harbor, just back by 1.5 lengths, was timed in 57-3. It did have a win earlier this year at Scioto, 153-3.
Number 5 is Fire in the Rain. Rod Adams Jr. will get the drive for Jamie Weller. On with Reese Racing, a Republic. Jamie Weller, Republic. 3-year-old Brown Gold, son of Catch the Fire. Out of the McCardle mare, Cold Mist. 4 wins and 18 career starts. All those wins coming last year as a 2-year-old, $30,215. Took a mark last year right here at Tiffin as a 2-year-old, 159-4.
Big Chance in Clifton Bell from the 6-hole for trainer Robert Brooks, owner Charles Little. A Big Bam Ray out of a polo player mare, Polio Jen. Source did not start as a 2-year-old and has only had 4 starts this year. Hasn't been getting, got 1 check, got 1 5th place finish, but last start out at Oak Harbor did pace in 59-2. Horses are headed to the Mike Webkenberg gate for the last time tonight.
The 12th race. Starting gate is rolling. 3-year-old Colt Pacers, Financial Design Investments at the top of the stretch. Don't forget tomorrow post time 6 o'clock. Purse $4,872. It's our getaway pace, and here they come. They're off into pacing. Rock on Beach goes out looking for the lead. Lather Rock is there in second. Pacing in third, Willow Dale. Then it is Fire in the Rain. Big Chance off stride at the back. Back down pacing now as they head on into the back stretch. And out there with the lead, Rock on Beach and Sam Widgers out there by 2. Mark St. Louis Jr. has Lather Rock in second. Willow Dale and Pierce Henry third. Then comes Rod Adams Jr. Fire in the Rain. Clifton Bell can see them all with Big Chance. That's the 5 as they drive by the quarter, 30 4/5. And Rod Adams Jr. didn't like the slow tempo. He's got Fire in the Rain now rolling up on the outside, but Rock on Beach leads them by 2.5, make it 3. Fire in the Rain is on the outside in second, Lather Rock third. Then comes Willow Dale and Big Chance. They drive down here in front of the stands and pace on to the half, and the leader Rock on Beach. Rock on Beach by 2. Lather Rock is a second. Halfway home, 1 minute, 1/5. Fire in the Rain is on the outside. Willowdale needs racing room with Big Chance. They're into the back stretch. They're on their way to 3/4. And the leader, Rock on Beach. They're in second, Lather Rock. Desperate for racing room, Willowdale up on the outside is a Fire in the Rain as they continue to 3/4. And the leader, Rock on Beach. Lather Rock is there in second, Willowdale third, Fire in the Rain 4, 3/4, 1:30 and 4, moving around the final turn, and Rock on Beach has opened up by 7. There in second is Willowdale. They're at the top of the stretch on a drive for the wire, and it's Rock on Beach. And if this was a fight, they'd have stopped it. Rock on Beach rocked them in the finale. Willowdale second, Lather Rock third, time of the mile, 1:59.
1:59, gate to wire, 30 4/5, a minute and a fifth. 1:30 4/5, home in 1:59. 3-year-old Bay go to center down by the seaside. Sam Widger, Rosie Weaver team up. Rosie owns a partnership with Heartland Acres, M. Beachy and B. Wilson of Hudson, Ohio.
2 in a row. One last start. F.U. Cyrus in 59-1. Has been having some big miles down at Scioto Downs. Was in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Finished 8th, but paces mile in 53-4. Start before that at Scioto Paces Mile in 53-1, finishing 3rd. So this Rock on Beach has been racing, just it hasn't gotten the luck to get some good checks, but has been going fast. So don't forget, we'll be right back here at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
10 of them, Ohio Fair Racing Conference action.
This is
noon tomorrow.
Somebody
Things
needs
start at noon tomorrow, right? You'll tip things off at noon.
It's either noon or 1 o'clock.
At noon or 1 at
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. Noon 1, and then you're back 5 or 6. So we'll have 3 of them going tomorrow night to be Marysville, here in
Mount Vernon.
In Mount Vernon.
Yeah, yep. So you guys got to pull out your extra TVs. The Bear Cookie said, that girl is pretty good with the trumpet. I tried playing in high school, almost passed out.
Bay go to Son of Down by the Seaside at a Big Liz by Big Jim. Oh by R. Weaver, Heartland Acres, M. Beachy, B. Wilson. Rosie Weaver trains. Sam Widger gets the winning drive. Time of the mile, 1:59. Rock on Beach was the winner. Lather Rock third. Willowdale second. Cherry Fireball scratched. Fire in the Rain was 4th. Big Chance 5th. 1-3-2. Scratch 4-5. 30 4/5. 1 minute, 1/5, 1:30 4/5. Time of the mile, 1:59. With that, we'll wrap it up for tonight's harness.
Okay, so I think we're ready to wrap it up also. So for Matt Clark, Doug Bellinger, and myself, Susan Schroeder, and the entire OHHA team, thanks for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.